to get a news update, my brother Tunto Spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother Tunto Spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. You wanna get a news update, Tunto Spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon.
Beseku.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Bada.
Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment.
Kua. Beseku, kudileo. Kudileo.
Tunto Spoon. To get
Yes, what you
your information. Tunto Spoon. To be
Yes,
part
what you
of the discussion.
Batileo.
Spoon television.
Yes, what you Batileo.
Spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
Tunto Spoon to get your information. Tunto Spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just Tunto Spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just Tunto Spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother Tunto Spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother Tunto Spoon.
Good evening from
You got a
Nimba,
Spoon
Liberia.
TV, you got a Spoon Radio,
Audience
Tunto
from the
Spoon.
town.
Yeah,
And of course, it's why viewers,
Tunto Spoon.
good afternoon. Wherever you're listening to us from this beautiful Partisan from Liberia. Welcome to yet another
What I
season
want? Yes, what you
of
about today?
101 with us all. And
Yes, what you about
one.
today?
is spinning from the other side of 8 o'clock. I mean, the Texas is Google sitting this evening at your producer. So as you just on your way, it blows the radio outside. Very, very interesting as it always is. So today we have on the show as a guest, to represent Nimba. Yeah. It's going to be having a CEO and other panelists right here on the show. So wherever you are and whatever you are doing, don't go away. Keep glued to your radio because the conversation promises to be very, very intriguing. So until we can turn over to the CEO, until the CEO can join us,
Yes,
we
special
will
one
on the line.
from the CEO stand coming with the
our
sports. And your boy Friday the South Band. Charges on the beat.
line. Beautiful Sunday evening. So tell us what's on your mind. For those of you listening, you can call us on 0777 771 077 1075 055 We already have the guest in the stream yard. As soon as the CEO comes on, he's going to bring him on to begin the conversation. But in the meantime, President Tam, let's take calls from you about some of the trending issues in the country. And one of the trending issues in Liberia currently has to do with the video footage that emerged on social media, specifically on Facebook, wherein we saw, the former president of the Republic of Liberia refusing a handshake with the vice president. Okay, the CEO himself is already here, so let's watch.
You put the people's secret also, man.
CEO, how are you?
But you can see, listen, I know I'm on too early because I usually come in 30 minutes, when you take calls and warm everybody. We're going to be having the representative Nathan Bia from Rhode Island, from District number 3, I believe. He's going to be our guest panelist for tonight. We're going to be having Abdullah Kiatama. Everybody hate Kev Hassan. That's his new name, Yekezi. Everybody hate Kev Hassan. We'll be having him. And we're going to have Mame coming on the round table, Vanish Saki, Jacob Jala, I think that's the name. Who else? Somebody, Clinton. We're going to be having a wonderful 2 hours program today, just 2 hours. Listen, if you're going to be here after 2 hours, it's on your own, Yekezi. I'm done. 2 hours about. I just from church, Yekezi. And I don't get it. While President Weah, the former president, refusing to shake Jeremiah Kuhn. Yekezi, you're from Nimba and have my sympathy, Yekezi. Zori. What? I mean, what's going on? But let's invite our people. We're going to talk about this. What's going on with Josh Weah? What's going on with the whole thing? I don't want to. Is he afraid of Jeremiah Kuhn? Then what about Samuel Koga? Koga was right there. So is he afraid of everybody from Nimba County now? Because they didn't vote for him to win election, is he afraid that is he an enemy to Nimba County now? No. Yegezi.
Yeah.
Yegezi. I'm gonna go back, right? And you're gonna open the phone line and take some calls. And let me take 1 or 2 spoons real quick to get in Zigo. You know what I mean? I just from church. I gotta get in Zigo, Sheikh Sekou Sharif. It's good to see you watching, man. Zena passed away. West Red. Again, a young man just passed away. They call it Adrian Hoff. That's his name. He passed away. Uncle Sam was telling us. And it's all on social media. To his family, again, we say our sympathy. I heard that he was a great guy, the former deputy director of LPRC. He passed away last night, like early this morning, Liberian time. Again, a lot of shifting going to happen. A lot of passing on going to happen. You know, we have to be careful. But I want to say to all of you, share the show on Facebook, on YouTube, and Instagram, and the Spoon Network, the Super, Fabric, and all the radio stations. We got another radio station that Johnny Spoon in the next few weeks. They're right in Monrovia. They will be relaying all of our program. And they go as far as beyond. They're like Spoon, so we're going to be connecting with them and be listen. We got to be the biggest, the hottest.
That's good news.
Yeah, we got to be the biggest, the hottest. And don't forget, starting tomorrow, we will be collecting the rice, right? And I want to say this to everybody. We will be collecting rice starting tomorrow. We already have 1,000 bags on the second week of December. The Liberian people will be receiving 125 kg bag of rice. We'll be having over 1,000 bag of rice to distribute to the nation. People got to eat this Christmas. I don't know about you. You can see you working, you got money. I heard that you got a lot of money. Spoon paying you well. I don't know about you, you can see. I don't know about you, you can see.
Please, see you. Don't invite Amber on me, please.
I know you gotta take course. I know you gotta get settled in. Let me go back. Sure. Increase, and you increase while we be back. We'll be bringing in the representative Nathan Bia. Once we come back, 3:30. That will be 8:30 Liberia time. So I see you later, Yekazi.
I can see you. Okay, so we take a few calls. 0777 771 077 777 075 101075 are the numbers to put it through. So like I was saying before the CEO came in, and I mean the CEO himself just broke the news to you that today a video footage emerged on social media, Facebook specifically, where in which the former president George Manenwia was seen refusing handshake with the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, Jeremiah Kuhn. And also standing right beside Jeremiah Kuhn was Samuel Koga, a representative of Nimba County. He's the chair of the majority bloc at the House of Representatives. Samuel Koga also, attempted shaking the hands of the former president, but he said no. He actually spoke to them, but refusing to, shake their hands. So he gave them a bow, placed his hand, his right hand in his chest, and gave them a bow, as a way of speaking to them instead of shaking their hand. So the question is, why is the former president, or why they didn't refuse a handshake with the guys from Nimba, Jeremiah Kuhn and Samuel Koga? What's happening? What's going on? What's the reason? Is it a political reason? Is it some other reasons that we don't know? We open up the lines. Call us on 0777 771 075 0777 771 075 055 101075 are the numbers to put it through. Call us and have your say. Plus, you can speak to other trending national issues in the country. What's the view? Let's take a few calls. Good morning. Good evening, sorry. Your name and where you join us from?
I do come from PJ.
Okay, let's hear you.
Hello is regrettable for the death of Prince Johnson.
Okay.
Because I really wanted to know where the ex-secretary want to know who killed Samuel Doe. It is true that Prince Johnson may murder him, but the day of killing him over, that took the place right there with the Ghanaian ECOMO and the American ambassador. We really want to walk to come for Tushu. People living are so leak all the secret. It is not joke. The ECOMO and that American ambassador that were here, and I forgot the name they were in for. So, from there, he's there and go. It is true that he murdered him, killed him over, he never catch a do. Because when the first for him, and So we're very waiting for our worker code to come, and we'll just stick and we'll come for it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling. Let's talk to another person. Good evening, your name and where you join us from. Hello.
Hello.
Let's hear you, sir.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Clarence Pawan, and I call from Bushwick Island.
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to say my condolences to the bereaved family of Senator Johnson, a great hero, a great patriot, and we say, like, may his soul rest in peace. And the issue of President, we are refusing handshake with the vice president. I think it's malice. I think it's kind of sensitiveness. We need to careful effort, as leaders. I mean, Liberia being a democratic country is something that we all should, celebrate. Because in the long years of this country, we know enjoy democracy, we know enjoy the kind of governance system that we have right now. So it's something that we all should. It's because Vice President Kuhn and the late senator did not support President. The then president we are at the time in the 2023 election. I don't think that should be the reason why he be refusing handshake with the vice president, even in the time of bereavement. That the vice president has lost his uncle, his kid man, okay, his mentor. I think this is the time that former President we should be in sympathy with him instead of refusing a handshake with him because of political reason. I think that is very, very, that is sad. I think.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Good evening, your name and where you join us from.
Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Let's hear you.
Yes, my name is Matthew. I call from Red Line.
Yeah, let's hear you, Masira.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. What you people saying? Going to be strange to anybody because it's a leader. He always likes to behave where he try and he fail. Because he always says it. He almost says it.
Masira, repeat that. You want to repeat that for us? We're not getting you too loud.
I say he always likes to behave like child and he fail now. He more than 50 wants to say so. Now I'm saying 3 people and more people that you go for people to recognize you. Then you refusing handshake. What do we do to you? Come to the now, come here and say in your way. Go Nimba. Your phone will be reduced to a lower extent. You know, people can't move from one another. We can't move from one another. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Masira. Let's talk to another person. Good evening. Oh my God, you just want to lower the volume of the radio or you walk away from it, please. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, brother.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is John K. I call you from Kazakh.
Okay, go right ahead.
Yeah, brother, that Nimba candidate people get me praise on it. People traveling with a different thing in their hand. The former president was red. So yeah, you don't want to care how candidates are for nothing. Thank you.
Okay, that's your opinion. Let's talk to another person here. Good evening, your name and where you join us from? Good evening, are you there? Okay, let's go to the Noon Star hotline. Good evening.
Good evening.
Your name and where you join us from?
This is Daniel P. and I call from 540 Congo Town.
Mr. P, let's hear you.
Yeah. You know, condolence go up to the family of the late Senator P. Johnson. Yeah, and the people from Nimba. But let me just say this to Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson, really, if I tell you the problem we're facing today in Liberia, they are the cause of the problem. Some are suffering today because of Prince Johnson's behavior in the country. So they were thinking, say, look, they're coming there to do the best, to come and kill people. You know how many human beings are dying in the country because of Prince Johnson there? Well, what they were killing people for? Where are those? They say existing. Even worse than that. So the problem we are facing is for them, they don't brought this problem down to us. So we should not be congratulating him for whatever he did. Yeah, there's one person building university. You know what it costs? They just corrupt our country, do all kinds of things to the young people. So yeah, let him go, because he was thinking that he was not going to die.
Thank
But he
you.
was another person. But God,
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Good evening. Your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, man, this is David King. I do join you from Spend Notice this evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, my brother, if we even have anything against Senator Johnson, I was not that little. I was about 15 years when the war came, 1990. I was 15 years old. And I think I saw some of the actions, some of the things that happened, some of the horror that took place in the country. But my brother, when you are somebody having problems, in terms of death, it is important to reconcile with that person. We all know, yeah, we can say, we just can't do, but if the manner of kill people, they will also say, our people were killed. All right? And we saw the Nimba raid 1983. We also saw the November 12, 1985. And we saw the war 1990, where small children, babies out.
Okay, sorry, we lost that call. Let's talk to this other person. Good evening. Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Rufus calling from Converter.
Go ahead, Rufus.
Yeah, you know, my brother, put it very honest politics. Politics is a deep thing. As former president, we are the Handshake, Jeremiah Cohen, and Samuel Coker. You know that, my brother, we ourselves will be in the Liberia, we'll be listening and see. Confronted, we are talking 2020 in Nimba. You saw the process that we are part of in Nimba with the 2020 election. We're either going to go people say we are hijacked the process, they went to school, we are manipulating the process, all they want. Yeah, at the end of the day, 2023 came. And cool left from here, we are a cool. Make it that we have lost a position today. You that if I made a leader position in the office, you look at me, that be real.
But there's a peace ambassador you're talking about.
Yes, there's a peace ambassador, but he's a politician.
No.
Being peace ambassador, he's a politician now. And he serves a nation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My second comment, please.
Quickly.
Yeah, very quick. You know, I married Deborah Prince Johnson because he tells self, it's so but he repented all the things he used to preach on the pulpit. And what happened because God gave me a good day, they did not suffer. That we all leaders, we suffer, our country suffer. Now let them attack on it.
Thank you. We have to go. See you. Welcome back. Take more calls?
Yeah, take a few more.
Okay,
Please.
all right. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, this is Patrick Clark calling from Mount Barclay.
Okay, let's hear you, Patrick.
Yeah, thank you. My attention is drawn to the president, the former president George. We are not shaking vice president hand and Samakura. Everybody has their own rights. Everybody has their own way of doing things, and he believes that not shaking the hand and bowing to them, that signifies the greetings to them. So that signifies greetings for them.
The question is, why now? He shook the vice president. He shook the vice president hand before when he was senator. Why now?
Yeah, but it's interest. If somebody go against you, then why not? You can't go against the president when you come to that position.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello. Let's hear you, sir. Your name and where you join us from?
This is Desmond KB calling from Oru.
Desmond, let's hear you.
The issue of Georgia not shaking and the eye for cocaine. The issue of Georgia not shaking cocaine is Koga is a dangerous man. Koga causing trouble in the house. So Georgia is afraid of him. He might do something. Yeah, in shaking hands, he might do something to Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, see, we'll come back to the phone line. Everyone have their own different reason why George Manawaya, the former president, refuses to shake the hand of the vice president Jeremiah Coon. But this is the second time, right? You can see the first one was around the prior to the inauguration when they went to the executive mansion. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked past Jeremiah Cohen. Can you find that video? We're going to put both video up. And I don't know why. A lot of Liberians are concerned as to why he's not. Let me bring in Vanessa Saki. Let me bring in Vanessa Saki. I mean, seriously, why? People are concerned as to why you are not shaking these guys' hands. And especially, you are mourning the death of PYJ, who the hero from Nimba County, the godfather to Nimba County, you know, the political leader of NDR, and you're refusing to shake his people's hand. Does that make any sense? I want to add some seditions. And folks, welcome to the one-on-one with the CEO. We have as our guest panelist, Representative Nathan Bia. He's also from Nimba County, by the way. He will be our guest coming up today. Ketema will be joining in a few, and Kev Hassan. The rest of the guys, Mame, Clinton, I'm here with Vanessa Saki, and Yekezi is producing for us tonight. So Yekezi, while you find that video, don't you go just stay put. We still got about 3 minutes before we can bring in Representative Nathan Bia. Let me ask you, Vanessa Saki, and welcome to the show, man. A lot of people are concerned. Why is the former president refusing to shake Jeremiah Cohen? I'm not talking about Koga yet. Jeremiah Cohen is elevated. He's the vice president next in line to the presidency. What is really happening now? Because this is not just passing by. This is not just a mistake thing anymore. This is a serious issue that this former president will never, ever shake Jeremiah Cohen. I mean, people are concerned. Folks are really thinking. Do you have that video? As a matter of fact, let's just play a little bit before the guys come on. I think it was uploaded. Let me go for it.
It's here. It's here.
Yeah, please. Just play a little bit. And I think the people are going to say that, oh, so do me a favor, play again. Who was George Manawia, speaking to when he put his hand on his All right. So again, everybody going to say that, all right? He didn't shake anyone's hand when he got out of the car. He didn't shake anyone's hand. Now, let's go in the hall under the tarpaulin, right?
Okay.
Tell me what happened there. Show us that video. No, not that video. When he arrived, we have another video where they were all sitting. He went around again. We have that video. If you don't have it, I try to find it and put it up.
Yes, we'll have to find it.
Okay, so find that video. And this other video, you have that song on it. We should change it because of that song, if you don't mind. Okay. But again, okay, this one is the Fonatico file.
Yeah, that's the Fonatico file.
Refusing to shake Jeremiah Cohen. So all these guys then don't want to shake Cohen. So it's not only Joel, it's the whole CDC party there refusing to shake Cohen. What is ever Jeremiah Cohen? Ladies and gentlemen, share the show. But what is about Jeremiah Cohen that everybody refusing to shake his hand? So in a slow motion, we want to show you. Even for that Kofa, say he's not shaking Cohen's hand. Just take a look. And you see Fonati walking past Jeremiah Cohen. You guys say, what's going on?
It's a question that, we all wonder. It's an answer everybody wondering. Why the vice president?
Yeah, Vanisaki, what is about Jeremiah Kun? Everybody just showing extreme hate.
Eh, Thank you so much. See you over the show again. I want to say greeting to the audience, to my brother Yagas in studio. Let me first say my sympathy to the people of Nimba County and the family of the late Senator Prince Johnson as we go through this tough time of bereavement. I ask for God's comfort and I pray that the people of Nimba remain united in this bereavement. But let me just see you just embarrassing, and it does not show a sign of unity and reconciliation that should be coming from national leader. And, I think it's all geared just about politics, not being mature to understand that we can be politically divided and still be united. People don't understand that. People feel if Stanton is not supporting Saki, Stanton automatically become an enemy. So we can't be friends anymore. We can't be brothers anymore because we are politically divided. That's how bad the country is now. And from the national leaders, it just send a bad image to go down to the followers. I guess you were listening to somebody call us, listen to what he was saying. It's just bad. The leader must set the stage. The leader must set the example for the followers. So if President we are refusing to shake hands, the former Speaker Koffers refusing to shake hands, it's all based on politics. It's just
All
not
right.
about politics.
Oh, okay,
We just
okay.
bad.
No, 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 no. I don't want to say it's politics because that's the politics that can put Jonah in the gut of the fish again. I want to bring in Jacob Jala. Now we have Jacob Jala. Welcome to the show, Jake. Then we're going to bring in Nathan. Jake, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, Mr. Waterspoon.
Good to see you. I know Ketema is coming, Kev Hassan, and the rest of the guys. Let me bring in the councilman, the representative Nathan Biat. Representative Nathan, it's good to have you, sir. How you doing? Can you please unmute your mic?
Thank you so much, Mr. CEO, for bringing me in. And
Thank you.
And to all of the platform guests, how are you guys doing today?
All is well. All is well. How is Rhode Island?
Oh, Rhode Island is doing great. Just that we're in a freeze, like about average 46 degree.
Yeah, it's crazy over here. It is
good.
crazy.
But
It's
thank
good
you.
to see you. We welcome you for the first time on 101 with the CEO. It's always good to see you. Guys, again, please check your mic. If you want to mute yourself, we appreciate when you're not speaking. We're getting some feedback. You got something playing, Representative? You have something playing? You want to turn it off?
No, I have nothing here except I have
Okay.
a fan on.
Yeah, I think you're going. All right. So we want to welcome you to the show, a beautiful show, though it is cold. Yegas, is something explained though. Can you check what's happening?
No, not from here. Everything here is silent.
Hello? I think it's from the guest. Representative, you're watching the show? Were you watching the show?
Yes.
Yeah, it looked like play in the back. We're receiving the feedback. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm going to mute you a little bit. Please check it out. Maybe you want to cancel it then. All right. So Jay, welcome to the show. It's good seeing you again, man. What's going on with the trending news? Fonati Kofa said he's not shaking Jeremiah Cohen, the president. Now, what's going on with the people of Nimba? That folks don't want to shake their hands. Seditions. They called the shot. They said, we're not shaking you guys' hand.
Yeah. No, sure. Yeah, glad to be back. I think this is my second time around since we had a live discussion the other time. Yeah. Me too. I've been following that. I think, frankly speaking, Stanton, I think that's, for me, that's uncalled for. I don't think our national leaders should be doing that. We have, differences. I don't think the differences should go that far. I mean, I think people will see that as being, a little bit infantile. And I think national leaders should be able to transcend that. I mean, if there are, differences and disagreement along issues, I don't think people should take it that seriously to the extent where, we're not able to exchange handshakes and all of that. And I think in a democracy, we should be willing to agree to disagree. And Stella, you're a Sion man, and some of our people on the on the show right now, if you look at the history of this country, if you go all the way back, not too very far off, in fact, in the 80s, and the 70s, of course, the 80s up to the 1990s, and the kind of catastrophic civil war we envisaged here, I think it was because people took politics too personally, too seriously. And that had a massive devastating impact on the country. People got divided.
So what are you looking at, Jake? What are you looking at now that the peace ambassador, the former president, the man that said peace is my life, it's my blood, it's my everything, he is refusing to exhibit some
so
of
that's what I just said.
peace. I mean, I don't want us to go back to the 1990 war, but as of now, moving forward.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, if we start to take these things too personally, too seriously, I'm talking about political disagreement now. It has the ability to create more heat than light. That's the point I was trying to make. And so I think, despite our differences on issues, I think political leaders should still find the opportunity to still keep the camaraderie, to keep the friendship in the face of disagreement. And I think that's why a mature political landscape calls for. The more mature the politics is, the more deepening the democracy becomes. People are happy to disagree, but at the same time.
We get a guest panelist, Jake. We get a guest panelist. Let me bring him in for his intro. And after he speaks, I'll be bringing in one of the senators who like to pose a question and speak on this handshake issue. Becky Yegezi, you will show the video from the executive mansion. You will show the video what happened today, go into what George Manaway was there. He shook other people hand, and the former president refused even to shake the hands of Samuel Koga. So let's discuss this. Welcome again, my dear friend and brother, Representative Nathan. Yeah, it's good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. I think the first thing basically that I'm going to strike down is, I think where my sympathy goes straight to where the family of Prince Y. Johnson, and to the people of Liberia and Nimba County. Because Prince was a sitting senator. He was one of I think he was the only longest serving senator of the Republic of Liberia. So my sympathy goes up to him and his family, most especially his wife, who I knew dearly.
A lot of people don't know you. Can you properly introduce yourself? Who are you? Where are you from when you talk about, we're talking about Liberia now, but now we're saying that you're a representative here in the United States for the great state of Rhode Island. Can you properly introduce yourself, sir?
All right. So thank you. So we're a kid who grew up in Fiamma and Lakbase in Liberia. I graduated from Cathedral High School in 1989, the last class of graduate before the official war came into Liberia. Migrated to the Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, in Danane as a refugee for at least about 2 years, and migrated to Rhode Island, where my father was. And so while in Rhode Island, kind of started working within the community, right, within the local, getting involved in local politics, and also local Liberian community. So I grew up there, and also I became president of the Liberian Community Association in Rhode Island. And why during my presidency, I was also within the greater community, assimilating to where your new culture. When we leave Liberia, we have a new culture here, which is the U.S. culture. Assimilated to that culture and understood the culture, but at the same time maintaining your Liberian culture. Don't lose your Liberian. So became a Liberian Community Association president. I also went on to become the chairman of the board of directors for UNICO, which is the United Nimba Citizen Council in the Americas. I was the longest serving board chair for 7 years. And also I got engaged in YOLA doing the Wetty Time, Watson, Gates, Slayer, Kessley. I was heavily involved in YOLA also. So then also a high school principal, and I ran for state rep about 2019.
Sorry to interrupt you because we know we're going to go through all your bio. You from Nimba County, correct?
I was born in Magibi in Firestone Dusal Hospital. Both parents, my mother is Minor and my father is Gil. We're from the Tapeta district. Yes.
Let's talk about Prince Johnson. Deb, we're going to bring you on again for you to tell the Liberian people, introduce yourself. Welcome to the show, my brother Abdullah, the Backwater boy, Mambe. It's good to see you. Let's talk about what happened this going week, the 28th, at the 29th or so. Prince Johnson, who are you? How well do you know him? And this death?
I mean, Prince Johnson's death, I think, was shocking to me and shocking to all Liberians as a whole, even the Bidens, because as far as we're concerned, I mean, where Prince was healthy, and it was shocking now to see and to where the entire Liberian community, the entire Republic of Liberia, it's still shocking to me, and as an individual and someone who knew Prince Johnson also. So I think I mean, it's still it's still taking a toll for us here. I guess he's dead now, so we're just prepared now to move forward. But at the same time, we're prepared to move forward as, like I said earlier, Senator Johnson was the longest serving senator in the Republic of Liberia. So I think with the Republic of Liberia doing where a state, a regular process.
You had a special relationship with Prince Johnson?
Yeah, we're new friends, man. We chatted often. Senator Johnson chatted often. We call, he calls me. And we have like a private chat. I call him, we have a private chat. So it's like, this is why it was shocking to me, because I spoke with Senator Johnson the Thursday before he left for Nimba on Friday. So he called me. He said, like, I'm headed to Nimba on Friday to dedicate an auditorium to the late Togolese president. And when I returned, we would chat. We would talk later. I said, okay. And that was on Thursday. He left Friday. And he came back and we chatted on Tuesday morning. We chatted Tuesday morning and said, okay, I'm back, but I'm going. After section, we would talk later. I said, well, I was going to be busy, but we would talk over the weekend. And that was, I heard the news like every Liberian Thursday morning, shocking that Senator Johnson was dead.
My last question, then we'll bring the guys in. This death, what do you think it means to the people of Nimba? Just Nimba.
Well, Prince was the face of Nimba. I think it's a testament. I think about Twehway. I even heard about Twehway. When Twehway heard about Senator Johnson's death, the effect they had on Twehway that he passed also. That's the impact that the senator has on the people of Nimba. So Senator Johnson loved his people and he loved Nimba. And also he loved Republic of Liberia.
Okay, so Mami, welcome to the show, Vanessaki and Jacob Jala. Let's come to Mami. We're going to go to Vanessaki and then Jacob Jala. We have as our guest panelist, the representative from Rhode Island, Nitombia. Mami?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be on the show. Jacob, good to be connected again, very long time. And to the honorable representative. You are represented in the US, and most of the time you were having conversation with former Senator Prince Johnson, the late. What was the nature of the conversation? Was it like a partnership to support development work in Nimba? What was the nature? It was just a family conversation, or it was around politics and engagement in Liberia?
Thank you for that. Thank you for that question. So, as you know, my background also, I'm an educator in the U.S. for the last like 20 plus. That's my educator, and it's one of Senator Johnson passions, like his university. All right. So that's our conversation a minute ago about education, how education will impact the lives of Liberians as a whole. So because and this is why the auditorium is dedicating the auditorium in the name of the late Togolese president. That's the reason he called me and said, look, we're going to delegate this auditorium to the late president of Togo, the university auditorium. So continue the good work, because education is education is the equalizer of all Liberians. irrespective of which country we are from. So this was like our conversation mainly get to us like how do we impact the Liberian population? How do we impact Liberian population? Education, education, education.
Thank you.
You got another one?
No, it's okay.
All right, so let me bring in Vanessa.
Yeah, let me say hi to the honorable. He's maybe the name Vanessa will ring a bell. I became an active player in Yola during the former Gates lab when I was president for the Liberian Association of Iowa. After that, I became the Northern Regional Vice President. And I went up to the top of becoming the National Vice President for Yola, but I have to resign because I was actively involved with the CDC politics at the time. But I know Representative Bia is a good man, good young man who interact a lot. And I want to say it's a sad time, especially for the people of Nimba and you having a personal relationship with the late senator. I don't have a question. I just want to encourage you people from Nimba. As I said, I wrote day before yesterday. You can go read what I wrote. That the people of Nimba to use their time to be more unified, stay away from divisive politics. Don't give space to people who try to play the sea of division and hate in the time of bereavement. Because in Liberia today, the country is so politically charged to the point where we want to play politics for everything just for political benefit. So as one of the leaders from Nimba who are making on the biggest stage in the U.S., I hope you will play a major role in keeping your people together. Today, Nimba is a central attraction because the people of Nimba show unity, developmental mind. So I want that unity to keep you people together. Nobody should be given a space in Nimba to play in the sea of political, hate just for some political benefit in the future. So I want to say, have my sympathy to you and to the people of Nimba County and Liberia at large. I got no questions, stand up.
Thank you very much. Bring in Jacob. Then we'll go back to the. We've got a lot to discuss on. We're just trying to know Representative Bia. So Jacob. You can see. Can you give him volume, please?
Because you muted.
Is Yekenzi there, Jacob? Can he increase your volume? Okay, I got it. Go ahead, Jacob. You good?
Yeah, sure. No, I was going to say, is there a particular question you want me to respond to or something?
No, I'm giving you time if you want to. You have a question for or Representative Bia. He's the representative.
No. I have a question, please. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So let me come with the discussion. And we're so happy to have you on the show. Maybe you have followed Spoon before. The issue about Prince Johnson death. The country is mourning. Nimba is mourning. Before I ask you my question, though, how well do you know the former President George Manawaya?
Well, I know where, not like a very personal, but I know where. And we got a couple of friends that we have mutual friends, and I will probably go back to where during we as term as president. I was in Liberia 2022. And at that time, that were the mayor of Monrovia at that time, were Jefferson Koji. The mayor invited me to Monrovia Day program, and I was the guest speaker of Monrovia Day program in 2022. And that's when we interacted, and we have a lot of mutual friends. Graduated from Cathedral in 1989, so we had like a lot of mutual friends within George and the former president we had, and I.
I'm seeing that you get this easy answer. You don't want to move in too deep, so we're gonna leave it as it is.
No, the conversation. We're gonna get deeper into this conversation.
Let's talk about Jeremiah Combs. Do you have a relationship with the vice president?
I mean, where I was in Liberia. I spoke to the vice president while I was there. I was in Liberia this year, July 26th. I was at the pavilion when the orator was like there speaking. So yes, I met the vice president, chatted with the vice president here, and I spoke personally. And so yes, we do have a relationship. The same relationship I have with most other senators or representatives that I grew up with in Liberia, that they are senators or represented in Liberia. So so I do have a relationship with most of the senators and representatives that are in Liberia.
So okay, so let's go on now. Prince Johnson have passed, right? And let's start the conversation. One of the issue here is that I'm going to play this handshake that is trending, and help us as a representative here in America. I want to get everybody to feel starting from Abula. Abula, what you make about this picture? And the next one here, this was prior to today. I want you to speak to this. We'll keep the guest panelists for last. Let me see you guys. You talk to me, Abula.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, when the first one you see the president is, I mean, it's a turning over, like a turning over during the time President Bouaka won. I mean, the new leadership were coming in, and the president, I mean, he shook President Bouaka's hand. But then when he reached to VP Kun, he just turned his back and walked. And then again, on the day of his visit to the bereaved family, he did similar thing. There are a lot of theories behind it. There are a lot of assumptions that might have led Weah to doing what he's doing to Kun and the people of Nimba. The story is he was working with Jeremiah Kun up to the middle part of 2023. That this Jeremiah Kun and the Prince Johnson and the MDR will have supported him in 2023. They did political work together. They made quote unquote investment in Nimba through Jeremiah Kun. But then last minute of time, Kun shifted and said the country needs to be rescued. And he decided to join the rescue mission to rescue the country. That hurt Weah. It pains him to the heart and his stomach that he can't see Kun face to face. After working with him from 2020, you know, during the election in 2020, CDC did not put out Kennedy against Kun when you were contesting as senator. So from forming that political alliance and working together until the 11th hour in 2023, and then Kun pulled the plug and facing Weah. He did not just pull the plug and stay in the back, but pull the plug and face Weah man to man and defeated him, denying the chance of becoming president for the second time. The theory is that pains Weah to the core, and he will not forgive Kun. So everywhere he sees Kun, he doesn't speak to him the way he should, or the way Kun will retaliate, or the way Kun will offer to speak to him. That is the theory behind it. I am not looking into the theory more. I'm looking into the consequence of such repeated action.
Right.
The consequence, the political consequence of such repeated action against the leader or against leaders of Nimba County. In our country, they say death is one of the instances that bring people together. Somebody can do all the bad thing to you. Somebody died from them. It's the time to even temporarily reconcile. To have gone onto the grounds of Nimba County, to have gone to the home of the godfather of the county, while the people are in tears, regretting the death of their leader, to have gone there and shown their leaders in their faces, it was disrespectful. You cannot despise people in that manner, leaders in that manner, and expect their follower to adore you, even now or in the future. I think Weah was wrong to have done that. You would have done it anywhere else. You saw to the executive mansion, we didn't make a whole noise about it. I mean, that's an error. But on the bereavement while they are in tears, you walk to their house. It's not somewhere else. You walk in their midst and you despise them in that manner. It's not good for we are. He should rethink. And if I were him or somebody around him, I will make public apology for the action I did.
We saw the MDR part of the post. I want to bring Vanin Saki, Jacob Jala, and we'll hold the honorable man comment to be the last comment on this one. Welcome to the show, Abdullah Kiatamba. Guys, share the show for us. This is one-on-one with the CEO. Share this program. What is trending is so confusing. And maybe somebody will help me understand today. A peace ambassador. And mommy, you are quite correct. Some time ago, President George Weah and Jeremiah Kuhn was buddy-buddy. But on two separate occasions, hey, my people, now how far we have gone as that George Weah has said to all sedition that they have to distance themselves from Jeremiah Kuhn. So let's hear you. You heard what Mama said. Let's hear you, Vanin Saki. Guys, let's do the 1 minute thing real quick. Let's hear you. And then we'll put some juice in this thing. It's getting serious as a nation that our leaders now refusing to talk to each other. After that, no, sorry. Vanin Saki, let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. This should not be strange coming from former President George Weah. Sometimes when I hear people using the peace ambassador, I wanted to know the reason why he was appointed as peace ambassador. It's not because he's a peaceful man. It's just because of looking at the demographic of the population at the time. What he did in the war that inspired many young people was soccer. Looking at the country coming from war, most of the participants of the crisis were young people. Former President Weah was not appointed because he's a real peaceful man. Peaceful people don't keep speeches. Peaceful people don't hold malice in their heart. So I don't understand when people call him peace ambassador. This is a former president who's trying and look at opposition during his time and refer to them as enemy of the state, set the opposition up for destruction. He can be a peaceful man. You call people enemy of the state because they disagree. And what happened, they just saw Mami said, in our tradition, death and birth bring unity. When people can speak, it's a funeral service. A woman gave birth. So to see this happening, it's not strange. Nothing about former president we are being, let me say, leadership wide, not mature. The 6 years did not help former president we had to grow up. That's a fact. When I say these things, people say, oh, you just hate them. I don't hate former president we are. My fear is, God forbid if the guy ever come back to this national stage, just think about what would happen to a whole country. That he can't even speak to the leader because of political differences, because the country did not vote for him, or most of the active leaders in the country did not support it. We're
gonna get it, Vanin Saki, because you go into a place that I think it will be important. Then if Joe Weah re-elected, then what's happening? They've been bringing Abdullah Kiatama. We'll go to Jacob Jada, and then we'll hear from the representative. Abdullah, welcome to the show, man. We're going to start right over here right now. The refusal of Joe Weah, not only once, twice. Not only Jeremiah Kuhn, Samuel Koga, not only George Brandon Weah. We got a video that Fonati is refusing to shake Jeremiah Kuhn's hand. What's going on with sedition in this thing? Is this the re-election strategies coming up now? Kiatama, talk to me. Unmute yourself, sir.
Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
You good, Kiatama? You good?
Okay, so I just like to thank all of you guys for the show. Well, I think you should go around. I want to do a quick technical setup. I'm still doing my setup when I'm done. I want to do a quick setup here. I don't want to get it wrong.
Do your thing. Let me bring in Jacob Jala before we go to Kev Hassan. Jacob, again, we have started the show. I really want to bring a representative on this one, but let's hear you. We hear Kev Hassan, and we'll bring a representative here because he's a man from Nimba country, Ma Nimba, Pa Nimba, or born Nimbadians. and very close to Prince Johnson. I believe that something is in him. He's not saying we get to it. Very close to Jeremiah Kuhn, very close to Joe Manor. This guy is just in the middle as a puzzle sheep. Maybe he's the queen in the chess game. Jacob Jada, talk to me. When you make of this thing that every single day, Joe, I guess some gonna game under your sleeve.
I like the question. Yeah, no, but to be serious, I think generally speaking, our leaders, right? And I think I hinted that in my opening comment. I think our leaders have to do some growing up. To be honest, and again come back to Mr. Weah, and I saw this. I mean, I just came to the country, and of course I was greeted with this news going online, about him not shaking Jeremiah Quinn. And then I also took notice of that during the early on in the year at the executive mansion. And I think I wouldn't do that. We were student leaders before. Mama knows that we were student leaders before, even at our level, not even at the national level, but as young student leaders, as we will go to elections. We will have friends and other people who go against us and disagree over. This is a democracy. Nobody is forced to support anybody. We have freedom of expression, freedom of choice. Mr. Kuhn has the right to form political alliances with the CDC. He is also free to break those alliances when he deemed necessary to do that. Once he's not doing it against the law of the land, he has the right to support Mr. Weah at one point in time. He can also say not to support Mr. Weah, at another point in time. So I don't think these things should be going so far to the extent where we can have our national leaders on television in the public realm and not shaking one another because of political disagreement. And young people are following this. We have young students, we have young people across the communities. They're following they're following their leaders.
Yeah, can see Jacob is all. All right, we'll go back to Jacob. I don't know what
Jacob.
A little bit of internet problem here, so we're just trying to restore his connection.
Thank you, Yakezee. Let me bring in Senator Bill Twehway, right? Senator Bill want to contribute to this, and it's good to have you, Senator Bill Twehway, as always. Sorry that we couldn't get you the link on time, but thank you for joining us. We have a representative from Rhode Island, Liberian born from Nimba, representing Nathan Dia as our guest panelist. But talk to us, Senator. Let's hear you on this handshake issue that the president, as people speculating, refusing to shake Jeremiah Kuhn's hand and other folks from Nimba. From Nimba. Talk to me, sir.
To begin, I want to say hi to one of the tribes of Liberia who was able to go into the diaspora and then politically engage the system as one of the key person in our system. Congratulations and hi to you. The issue of this handshake. Firstly, I want to get rid of that. Nobody should say he is not speaking to them. Anybody who has a better video would know that President Weah did speak with Vice President Kuhn in that same movement. They spoke. President Weah, normally when you go greet him, he puts a hand in his chest and he bows to you. Shaking your hand and bowing to you, I think he shows a lot of respect to Kuhn. By bowing his head to Kuhn and putting your hand in the chair as a way of greeting. Hey, it's a cooker. So he did speak to them. He did not shake their hand, but he did speak to them. Even when people go to the airport to escort him, normally he doesn't shake their hand. He only put his hand on his chest greeting, and he passed it by his own minister. That doesn't mean how anything against minister, he doesn't want to shake their hand. Especially from the time that Ebola still came. And he believed that Ebola is still around. But what I want to tell you is that nobody should say that he's not speaking. He spoke to Jeremiah Kuhn and reached tete-a-tete that same time. So don't say he's not speaking to the people of Nimba. He's speaking to the people of Nimba. There are people who are originated from Lower Nimba, and he himself is a son of Nimba. President Weah Mora is from Lower Nimba in the Kui and Doru region. So he's from Nimba, and nobody can tell you that he's not speaking to the people of Nimba, he's speaking to the people of Nimba. Why he did for Nimba? Because he's a Nimbayan. I see which of the president ever did that in their 6 or 12 years. The development he carried to Nimba. So he has no problem with Nimba, and he did speak to them. But that's the way that people can speak. They put their hand in the chest and bow to you. He did bow to the Honorable Vice President, His Excellency Jeremiah Kuhn. Even Jeremiah Kuhn, sometimes he and I speak. When we are speaking tonight, he will come, he will put his hand in his chest. He knows our form of speaking. I don't think he has any problem with it.
I think you are making a very, very good point here. It's a good argument to make. If you don't mind, I'll hold you on real quick. I want to bring Ketema and Kev Hassan. Then we'll go to the representative because you greeted him so respectfully. We want to say thanks a lot for greeting one of our own from Rhode Island. So, Senator, please don't hang up. Let me bring Ketema. Ketema, do you agree? I think the senator coming up with some strong argument here. Ketema.
Well, first of all, I think that it is not enough to conclude that President Weah is grieving for the elections by his gesticulation. I think there are a lot of ways to show respect. You can bow, you can greet, you can hug. So he chooses to use whatever means. I don't think you have to create another scenario to combine with this to conclude that there's something that's driving that. I think it could be a coincidence that he chose to do that. It could be that he feels uncomfortable with Jeremiah Kuhn. It could be a combination of anything. I don't have enough information to conclude that President Weah did this because he has some animosity, some resentment, or he feels disappointed in Kuhn. It's possible, but the facts do not help me. There's not enough evidence to reach that conclusion. Now, but I also want us to know that culturally, even our African tradition, bowing and folding their both hands is a sign of respect. It's a sign of respect and deference. So if somebody is doing that, who hits somebody, will not even do that because he's not forced to do it. He could just ignore Jeremiah Kuhn to send even the loudest message. Since President Weah chooses to send a message, he will send a message that really hit Jeremiah Kuhn well, and by just ignoring, by just not even bowing, that not doing this, not doing any sign that showed deference or respect. But what I saw also was a sign of deference, sign of respect by doing this, by bowing. So he chooses not to shake his hands. It could be different reasons. I don't know where President Weah came from. So maybe he came from a place where you don't feel that he won't rub it off on Jeremiah Kuhn. So it is possible that he's driven by resentment of the election, or it's also the fact that he chooses to do that by coincidence.
I'm going to hold you there, Ketema, because I'm going to hold you there, and I'm going to ask you the question, and we'll pose the question to Senator Bill Twehway. Again, guys, we have Senator Bill Twehway on the phone, and we got Representative Nathan Bia. Ketema, the first video, real quick, in front of the executive mansion, Ketema. So we agree that President Weah was daddy. We agree that Jeremiah Kuhn daddy. We agree that President Weah showed respect by holding his chest. That's fine. Our own senator on the phone saying, well, that's how they greet each other sometimes. But can you explain this first? This video before we go to Bill Twehway, senator from Riverside. You have seen the video before. He didn't bow.
What's the video? What
video? All right, let me play it. Let me play it. Let me play the video. So, Ketema, that's the video. Are you with us, Ketema?
I'm not seeing the video.
Face for the screen back.
The man just play the video. Why are you looking at it? Man just play the video. Ketema, take all the glasses. The man just play the video.
Let me go to Senator Bill Twehway. So, Senator, let me ask you a question real quick.
Sit down. I didn't see the video. Explain the video.
Man, I played the video. He wasn't paying attention, bro. Let me play it one more time for you. I beg you, just follow the show. Let me play the video.
Send I saw that video.
Okay, so talk to me before we go to Senator Bill Twehway.
I think that video was one awkward moment. I think it was awkward moment how he handled himself, and I think he was nervous. I mean, imagine the president of the country, the populist president who lost the elections. He didn't know how to handle. I think it was a combination of nervousness and shame. I think he did not know how to handle that moment. No, some people are awkward. They don't have that kind of polished way of doing things. So we sometimes read into it. It's possible there's intent and motive exist, but it is hard to determine that. I think it was an awkward movement. Even President Barker, out of respect, kind of bowed his head a little bit, not to see President via face directly. I think there's no moment. Elections are very terrible. It's humiliating. It's degrading.
So
In
the
fact, to
video,
some extent,
the
a
video there
shameful
was
moment.
awkward.
Yes.
So the video, that one way was awkward, right? That his hand wasn't dirty, he could shake people's hand. But then when his hand was dirty, he could only keep it to his chest and give different
No,
hands.
Senator, when you say a hand was dirty, you reducing my argument to hand was dirty, then that's distortion, misrepresentation. No, I'll be honest with you. If you do that, then you misrepresent the fact. And then if you do that, then you're exploiting that misrepresentation to advance your own argument. It means your argument is weak. You're looking for weakness to
But I don't know whether we get to it. We gotta get off the phone.
What we're doing, basically, we get into the man's head, into the man's brain. That he meant
Let me
speak for myself. No, what we're doing is over politicizing this movement, and we are advancing it to. And I think this is wrong. It's unfair.
So
Let me finish.
He wants to leave. I want to get his last point before we leave. Hold on 1 minute. Senator, we played a video from the executive mansion. Talk to us very quick. Your take on that first video compared to this second one, sir?
I can't recall that first video now. I've watched it, so I will not make a comment about it. But what I'm going to tell you is that there are many ways of speaking to people. Even like many traditionally, I meet Dazakawa, I send my back to him. If you say, hey, like, you want to shake my hand, I will not shake your hand, I send my back. He touches my back. When I go to Chief Kofi Zah, he sends his hand to shake my hand, I will give him my back. It's a way of shaking, it's a way of greeting. So when somebody knocks the chest and bow to you, I think it shows deference that what somebody was saying here. But for begin to keep tapping it as not wanting to speak to, or I'm not talking to you, that is wrong. We should avoid the kind of comments there. We are on a peaceful path. Let's continue on that path until maybe campaign can start again. The old propaganda can divide or can begin to come back. But
Thank you, Senator.
On a peaceful path, concentrate on the barrier of the prison of Africa, the late Prince Johnson.
Yeah, and that's your colleague. So it was good that you called him, man. Again, have our sympathy. Your Sancho colleague. Thank you very much, Senator. Thank you very much, Senator. It's always good talking to you. Thanks a lot for calling. All right. So let's go to our guest panelist. Ketema will hold you while Representative Bia speak. Then we'll come back to the floor. Kev will speak and we'll go around the table. What I mean, hearing the both arguments, seeing those two different videos, what say you, Representative? You good? We can hear you. Yep.
Good. First of all, I'd like to say, extend my greatness to the Viney. I remember those days in the Midwest when we were traveling back and forth during Yola, were ups and downs. So we haven't forgotten those days yet. I always make this statement. There is no one person that's more Liberian than the other. We all are Liberian and we love our country, irrespective of what we do, from that perspective. So coming to where President Weah and the handshaking saga, which is a discussion right now. I mean, I have 2 points to add on that, right? The first thing is, when Abdullah said, do we have, my question is, do we have enough proponent of evidence? That's one. Two is where I believe that President Weah needs to be asked, this question at this point in time, if we're really concerned about this, I think this question should be because I don't want to speculate and see exactly what why President we did not shake Jeremiah Cohen, the vice president, and Koga hand. But the issue is like what I saw on the first video. I think the first video was like what's this in January, like after like exactly what January after just after the election, and everything. Election runs high, even within the great U.S. Election runs high, and it's like thing. So from that perspective, I mean, it could be it's like he's like at that time he's still in the zone of this we'll say the election field. And this second video that I saw just now where you guys showed that of him putting his hand on the chest, how we interpret that, I think it's the time now. The press, when you see a person, we have to asking these questions instead of speculating. That's one thing I basically don't like. I do not like to speculate. I like to have facts and proceed with facts. So I think at this point, I think that would be my two points to discuss on this issue of President we are shaking hands or greeting the vice president or not.
Thank you very much, Representative. We'll get to know more about you. I want to bring in Kev Hassan. Kev, bloodbath, bomb, sedition. We have Bill Twehway on, the representative of Riverside. Let's hear you, Kev. Shaking hand, not shaking hand. What's your take?
Well, let me say hi to everybody. Stanton, I want you to put the second video up and see what President we did. And let me say this. Who the hell is Kun? The President we need to shake his hand. Who the hell is Kun? Put the second video up.
Again, Kev, we will respect our leaders. We will not use those words, Kev. I've always said this to you privately. We cannot ask that question. He is the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. And freedom of no, we will not do this, Kev. We're going to do this on other show. And because of the office of the vice president, we will respect the office. He is your vice president.
And they say a lot of folks say a lot of things about
this partner is not the other's partner. Nobody here have said who is we are.
So let's put a second video.
So let's go ahead. We will not ask that question yet, please. Which one of the video you talking about at Prince Johnson house?
Yeah. You guys catch something there? You can't talk about. You guys catch something. Did you guys see that Kun did this? Play again. With President we did this. Did you guys see it? When people just want to talk because they want to talk, you guys play again and see where Kun did. Play again.
Make your point. What's your point?
Hey, my man, play the T again. I want people to
watch the video over and over, Kev. You got no idea what people do that.
Don't interrupt the man, Becky. The man, you got to speak once we're in line speaking to the issue. Please don't interrupt the man. When Nathan Bia, the representative, leave, we can do our fighting. But right now, let's try to respect this. You want me to play again, right, Kev?
Play again. You saw it, Nathan. How are you, my man? Long time.
Yeah, it's not bad, brother.
You saw it, right? He did his hand like this. Then he moved one or two steps. He ushered the president in. Where's the issue? You know where you need to be talking? Well, we need to be talking about the way Kun treated Prince Johnson. That should be the discussion. The betrayal that he did to Prince Johnson, while Prince Johnson on the phone calling Jawia that we should meet this past Saturday. That's what we need to be discussing about. Why did Prince Johnson wanted to speak to President Weah? That is the discussion. Nothing there. Nothing there. But because folks want to keep it, folks want to hide it, and don't want to talk about the phone call that Prince Johnson calling President Weah. Even President Weah missed some of his calling and had an appointment and said, look, let's talk. That's what we need to be discussing. That led this man went to shower and it collapsed. 1 or 2 days before, after Jeremiah Kun left the MDR, walk away from the party of the Nibadians.
So we will come to that. We want to finish. We will come to it, Kev. We're having a big show today.
Sorry, nothing there.
We're having a big show today. So we'll come to it. So ladies and gentlemen, again, please share the show. We have Abdullah Katama, we have Ambula Mame, Vanisaki, everybody hate Kev Hassan. We have him. Abdullah Katama, man. Everybody hate Kev Hassan. It's like in America, they say everybody hate Chris, right? We have seen that stuff. So everybody hate Kev. But notwithstanding, guys, I think for me, I think Joe Weah got something in his head before we go to Mame to do the second round. We'll come to what Kev wants us to discuss. Whether Joe Weah hand was dirty. When Joe Weah entered that place with a dirty hand, Joe Weah was shaking people's hand. I must remind us, man, this is personal between George Bernard Weah and Jeremiah Kun. Joe Weah have to address this issue, but he never talked, so maybe he won't. In the same place, Joe Weah shaking Edo's hands. So you won't tell me that Joe Weah walk in there and took soap and water and wash his hand, then he start shaking other people's hand? You cannot find one video since after the election that Joe Weah ever shook.
That's not what
I tell your brother. You said no one might interrupt him. You said no one might interrupt your brother. Please tell him.
That's not what Ketama said.
No. But let me use my time. And Ketama can respond to me. I beg you. Let me use my time. So I disagree, and I will tell the nation tonight. Those of you that want to take side, it's okay. What we saw in the video is totally intentional. Kev asked me to play the video 5 times. I played it 10 times. He said, what are you saying there? Only Kev can see what we're not saying. Only Kev have a spiritual eyes to see what we are not saying.
Go around. Maybe disciples then who on the panel will say otherwise.
Ketema, we're calling you because you're the elder here, Ketema. I thought we have discussed this issue. You cannot interrupt your fellow panelists, right? My own talking shouldn't hurt the man. He came out, he said, who is eldest Jeremiah Kun? We're not saying who is eldest George Weah. I'm just making my point. To my fellow Liberians, there's something personal here. That we can see President George Bernard Weah and the Vice President Jeremiah Kun in video, on the photo, shaking hand. President George Bernard Weah have personal stuff against Jeremiah Kun. Very personal. And that's why Kev Hassan and the rest of them want to divert the conversation and say, Joe Weah said Prince Johnson called him. I can sit here and say Prince Johnson called me 30 seconds before he died.
You better get to.
You gonna go ask Prince Johnson?
We shouldn't be little that. No, you Prince Johnson complain to you. Prince Johnson call you. Prince Johnson.
Ketema, do the show.
Prince Johnson complain to you.
You can't do this. You can't do this. Yeah, you can't do this. You can't do this. We got somebody in our midst. Let me have my 1 minute, please.
That's my man. He okay with this. He loved the prayer.
Let me have my 1 minute. We got
Senator, let me say this. Senator, if this issue is important, so what you see is a human being having another problem with another human. Is that a problem? It's natural. Even Baga got problem with people. Prince doesn't have problem with President Weah. But you don't have evidence that video suggests this problem is so grievous that he could not shake his hand. No evidence there.
have evidence.
Because guess what? If you watch that
I have
video,
evidence.
I come in. If
I
I come in
have
stand
evidence.
up, but you say but stand up. You see,
No,
and the problem when you're
you
the
talk
player,
about-
when you're the player and the referee, are the see that a high.
No,
When you
no,
play
no,
a referee,
Ketema,
you see
it's
that a
not
high.
fair. Ketema is not fair.
You play a referee, you
talk
see
about
that
time.
you got a side.
Ketema, you talk about
There's a
time.
problem.
Ketema, you talk about time.
I was speaking.
No,
When
no,
you play
no,
a
you talk
referee,
about
a
time.
high.
You talk about time, Ketema.
I said, I want to intervene. You give me
No,
chance
no,
to speak.
don't
So I
intervene.
get to
I'm coming to you after I finish. You will have your full time. Don't intervene. Don't intervene.
But when you speak for 9 minutes,
you are a striker. You score
All that
goals
you
in
wanna be
2
a
seconds.
keeper.
You score goals in 2 seconds. I'm gonna give you a chance for you to come in my terrain and score. Ketema, let me finish speaking, then you come in. I cannot give you my time. I disagree with Ketema that Joe Madam we are here was dirty. I disagree with Kev Hassan that Joe Madam we are say Prince Johnson called him. Everybody in Liberia can say Prince Johnson called him 1 second before his death. Everybody can talk. I can go to AI. I can go to AI and go ahead and create a WhatsApp number and say Prince Johnson called me. I don't want to believe that. There's something personal, and I will end on this note. Something personal that George Miller we are carrying in his heart, right, against Jeremiah Kuhn and probably the people of Nimba County, and we'll go into it. Mame, Ketema, Valusaki, I feel my.
Okay, so Stanton,
Are you coming in before Mame?
Yeah, I come in.
Okay,
Well, don't worry,
Mame, you
Mame
come
will-
next.
don't
Mame,
worry,
you come next.
So here's the thing, though. You make an argument that the man got something personal. You got no evidence. You stated no evidence. You provided no facts. So you want us to believe that. But so any statement we make, you want to make so which one align with that statement to support your statement. The moment will not support your statement, they say, no one said Joe William was dirty. Nobody said that. We said cool. Everything we do here is assumption because we don't know the facts. We're assuming, we're making educated guesses. What we said was that you don't have evidence that this man got problem against this man. You're assuming. So that assumption is based purely on imagery. So I can see the same image, I see different. I can see one picture, I see the picture fine. You can see that same picture, I see the picture not fine. So it's a different interpretation. But you want to impose your interpretation for us to believe that, yeah, you are right, we are wrong. We say the man dead. I did not say the man dirty. I said
You want to score political point, Ketema.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I said the man held his chest. It's a sign of respect in Liberia. That's true. In some countries, women will not shake your head, but they'll bow. In some places, men can bow to even their elders. You saw Delon falling down to Baka under the ground. That's a sign of respect. He does not have to shake Baka hand. You saw Mape Gono falling down under the hand of Prince Johnson. He did not shake Prince Johnson hand. It's a cultural issue. I think we need some cultural education on the platform to understand the different tools of cultural engagement. So you misreading cultural. And I think you have to understand the main culture. So you're having cultural challenges. These cultural challenges are manifested. So now I'm doing that intentionally. So what I'm telling you is possible Joe will have a problem, but the video is not enough to conclude.
The video number one is enough to conclude.
And the second aspect is that watch the video. Not only George Weah did this to Kuhn, but the second guy, he didn't see me to the second guy. There's a guy wearing a white shirt. So it means that George Weah had a series of problems. It could also be when he came in first, he wanted to feel more comfortable by doing it. There's several factors. No one here can conclude that this is final. It is simply an interpretation of imagery and reality. So do not say that they make a problem. You got no evidence. You want to create a political story that they make a problem. They lead to different political discussion. But when I go there, until you prove your evidence, you prove it will stay right here. Until
this is what makes our program the biggest on Sunday. Look on that flyer, ladies and gentlemen, right? Before my brother come in. You look on this flyer here. Who all you see on the flyer? The men that are attacking me because that's how the program should be. Ketema and Stanton. Well, whoever the guest may be. So don't see this thing and man say, crew people don't get culture. Thank you. The crew people will answer you tomorrow. But I will say this on the show. It is really important, Mami, what we're coming to you from video number 1 at the executive mansion to video number 2, Joe will get issue with Jeremiah Kuhn. Talk to me, Mami.
Not only Jeremiah Kuhn, the second person here he did not shake
Koga.
Was Koga. The third person here he did not shake was the labor minister, Councillor Kopokra. When he entered the building, where you see him shaking other people's hands, Kopokra was there, he did not shake Kopokra's hand. But this is a personality profile that we know.
Thank you.
We're not discussing George. We are like somebody coming from Haiti today we don't know about, and we're guessing how they're behaving. Or talking about somebody coming from Trinidad and Tobago, what we've never seen before, and we're trying to put dots together on how he behaves. He believes he's a God. If you don't kowtow to him, if you don't bow to him, you can't stand up to him. That's him. What are the days of playing football with his friends? Whether it was from IE or whatever he borrowed or whatever teams he played for, to the national team, that is the character. Whether it is good for him, it's helping him, that's a whole different story. But that's the character we know. On the national team, you must bow to him. If you don't bow to him and you disagree with him, you are out and out forever. And even if you came back, you must come back to him bowing. In politics, forget about football, come to politics. The same thing with other people. So it's not a new character or new person who come and be speculating about. Look at the first video. When that video came out, other people were saying it. People said, maybe Kun did not show a hand to the men that the reason why. People say, but why would you say that? So this time Kun said, let me show my hands and welcome you. The labor minister said, let me show my hand. Koga said, let me show my hand. But these are people that were directly, especially Kun and Kopakura, were directly in partnership with we are up to the last hour in 2023 when they shift over and say the country need to be rescued. You cannot see the circumstantial evidence. You say you're looking for preponderance of evidence. Quote unquote. You cannot see the circumstantial evidence leading to what we are concluding. That is up to you. But the consequences now, the major political party from Nimba has also recognized that there is a hit in Wia. Not just Kuna, the major political party of Nimba released a statement that they are taking aback by President Wia, former President Wia approach on the grounds of their mourning. With time, they are in tears and sorrow over the death of their leader. They take it back as President Wia's action. That means saying it, the people in our party, they not just looking at Facebook thing, they were there. The secretary who wrote were on the scene. He saw how we are interacting with other people and how he shunned their leaders. And they issued a statement. It is deep. But it is left with the people.
But still not watching the time now. When any debate in your favor, you let that person flow. When
I'm
any time debate against it, they say
not
watching the time. You're not watching the time. You're not watching no time.
Yeah.
When the debate in your favor, you say,
Exactly.
you're not watching no time.
Exactly. Exactly.
I didn't know today I can spend my time on Handshake. I thought that a lot more important issue in the country about Handshake. I keep talking.
So you myself doing the show.
I thought we got some serious issue. We got a serious guest.
You are doing the show.
Handshake. The whole country listening to something Johnson wrote about different things.
You and I doing this show.
You are interested in this, in this small topic. That topic is one of these small.
I just sent you a video that Kun driving George Manuel did the same thing. But guess what? Stentor when I play. I just sent you a video that Kun did the same thing. Stentor when I play, let's ask Stentor to play that video that I sent him right now. That Kun did the same thing to George Weah, where Kun was dropping George Weah. He did the same thing, and George Weah no complaint. But you complain the other side. So Stentor play.
All right, thank you, Kev. Vanisaki, you get a 30 second, then we move to the other issue for the day because we still have.
Thank you, sir.
Play that video.
Kev, without video, Kev. We've been seeing, Stentor as Mandy said.
That's enough, that Kev. We gotta go. Let Vanny talk. If you're ready to talk, you can call for your video. Let Vanny talk. We gotta move on.
As my brother Mami said, let us just look at video or picture. Who want to show who are interacting? We are former president. We are personally. will tell me they don't know who former President we are is. Everyone who personally interacted with former President we are from a day were growing up, that I interact that way, will tell you about him when it comes to being petty with people that disagree with him. I don't know why people acting like this is a different man. Everybody who interact with former who know him well will tell you. But I'll take an example. Let's just conclude this. Kev Hassan, a former president, we are personal friend. They had a bad conversation. That's why you see Kev is on the show. You see, you use that kind of word to address the sitting for our president. Ask that question, that degrading question. After communicating with President we are. He used that. Think about the question Kev asking. It's not from Kev. It's a conversation with former President we are. When you saw me writing and asking the people of Nimba to be careful, to hold together, it's because I am aware of what the CDC have put together about Prince Johnson calling Georgia a big lie, setting the current vice president up in Nimba County for conflict. Only for 2029. CDC is dangerous. If we're not careful, this guy will split the country just for political benefit. There's a reason I wrote. I'm saying it clear. There's a reason I wrote. Asking the people of Nimba to hold each other by the hands and don't allow anyone to plant the seed or confusion in the country. You listen to Cap standing on the national platform lying that Prince Johnson called Georgia. You want to say Prince Johnson called complaining the vice president and say what pure lie.
Thank you very much. We're gonna on the second round again. Let's recognize Representative Nathan Ketema. You have 4 different topics to roll out. I feel my handshake conversation since everybody have given their piece. You can take it away, Ketema. And I hope we can watch the time. Go ahead.
If you with the handshake, let's look at the fingers that are shaking here. That big finger, small finger. Let's discuss that part.
We look at Joey and dirty.
Let's discuss where the finger was big, the finger was small. Because
but I think we're just before Katama gets in, what Abdullah said earlier, I just want to close it on this note. I think after we have discussed everything as where Vani said, where Hassan said, and everyone else, I think the greater question is one thing to the Liberian as a whole, I think the death of the senator, irrespective of his legacy, I think as a sitting senator who passed, there should be a precedent that should be set moving forward. What is your state do for him going forward? We should set a precedent. 1, 2, and where 2 is to the people in Nimba, that where the Senator Johnson has gone. I think we should recalibrate ourselves and be united as a county and be one. That's the message I want to send to my people of Nimba. And on the handshaking, the last part of the handshaking, I think it's about time if anyone see the former president, the question should be posed to the former president. Let the former president, express his opinion of exactly what his handshaking is all about. I think it's just right to give him also that opportunity, let him express himself, give himself the reason why or why not. I think if every one of us we would like to have those opportunities to address, to any speculation about whether or not I have personal something against the vice president and few other members or not. I think I think that should be posed to the former president. And thank you on that topic.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? Honorable Bia, I got a question for you.
Yeah, bring up the new topic. Ketema, go ahead.
Yeah, the death of Prince Johnson has created a vacuum in Nimba. And some people are mentioning your potential candidate to replace Prince Johnson. If not you, who else do you think is well positioned to represent that position, also to be like a godfather figure? Not necessarily, but someone around whose voice people revolve and gravitate. Prince Johnson represented that. It was like no one, even someone was an alternative to Prince Johnson. He was basically driving the discussion. I mean, even Kun never pulled himself up to victory. It was he lived and survived in the shadow of Prince Johnson. Jeremiah was never on the strength of his merit, but by the strength of Prince Johnson. Jeremiah never at no point rose on his own strength, but in the shadow and the strength of Prince Johnson. Now Prince Johnson is not there. Who do you think, or names of people that have that potential to represent that power, that influence, that voice? And are you interested in running for a seat? All of that questions in one. And don't play around today. We'll not accept anything now.
For that question. But look, with all due respect, at this time, I think maybe when I come on the show the next time, we'll get in depth in discussing that. But I think at this time, the senator just passed. I think we should focus on to lay the senator to rest peacefully with no argument, with nothing but Nimba people should be together and Liberian people should be together. Liberia first agenda, which is to lay the senator to rest. Then when that is done, then we will come back now. We'll come back now to discuss about who will succeed Senator Johnson. That discussion definitely is something to be discussed about. But at this time, I think I want to keep moving with the family and to pay the respect and continue, like I said, I know the wife very well, and it's something to continue to encourage the family and what we can do to make sure we lay our senator to rest. Okay. But at another time, we will discuss about that with all of your compact question you have. But I think we're to respecting the senator. I think that's what I want to concentrate on right now. Just like
is that a yes to Ketema question? Because as a politician, you will come up absolutely and say no, I'm not interested. Are you interested to replace Prince?
Exactly. Are you interested? Even if you're not really interested.
Look, it's not a point of if I'm interested or not interested this time. I think, like I said, let us lay the senator to rest first. Then we'll have the discussion. I just want to have respect.
Do you have a personal relationship with the senator wife and his family?
I do have a personal relationship with the senator and with the wife and his son and everything else. So this is what I said.
Were you ever contemplating on running in Nimba before?
If I contemplated on that, no, not directly at all.
Have you spoken to some of the leaders of Nimba? Do they know you?
Oh yeah, there were a few. Most of the representatives and senators in Nimba are usually
at some point, will you leave your lucrative position here in the United States, working on the budget? I heard $14.7 billion for the people of Rhode Island, to go serve your people in Nimba as the senator or serve the country as president?
If I have to serve my people, I will serve my people. It's not about the luxury that we live, because we all can live the luxury here, but I can, because one thing that's I say the thing is is anyone going to bed not eating tonight? Does anyone have a pretty good education? How can we transform? But those are issues that I think we would discuss at a later time. But this is why I say at this time, I just want to focus on this laying the senator to rest. Then we would get into deeper discussion on those issues.
Ketema, give it back to you. You can run this table. I got a video that I'm uploading. I know we can go back to Mama.
Mama, you go? Mama, got a question for you?
No, I thought we're going to the second round of the discussion.
That's why I'm waiting for Ketema for the second topic.
Yeah. Before I leave this, do you think will we ever have that moment where Nimba was like the bellwether determining 3 presidential elections? You think that moment will come?
That moment will come. That moment will come, and that moment will stay, because yes, I do agree with you on that.
Yeah. Explain that. How will it come? And who will bring that moment to reality?
One thing about Nimbadians, Nimbadians we will have our little internal chat here and there, but when it comes to making serious decisions that impact the lives of them and the rest of the country and Liberian people, they all stand united. They always stand united. That's the trust, right? That's the trust and the unity I learned growing up as a young Nimbadi. It's something that Nimbadi don't take for granted. So it's something that Prince Johnson did all of his years, and it will continue. Something that I can rest assure you that definitely Nima will continue that trend in the legacy of Senator Johnson.
Okay, so Mamba, I want us to talk about this issue. Let me go ahead and bring in. Let's talk about. We talk about the deepness of this, and Mamba wanted to get your own take on PYJ passing on what that is to the country. Let me bring in Kev Hassan. When Mamba come back, we go to him and Panisaki. Kev, let's forget about the handshake and yeah and there. We're finished with that. PYJ passing. What is it now for Nimba and Liberia in this whole political life? PYJ served Madam Sadi 1, Madam Sadi 2. George Manawia and Jose Yimabwaka. He left a big legacy. So now he died. What happened, Kev Hassan, to that Nimba vote in Liberia?
He left his huge vacuum. I don't think anybody now that can fill that shoes, Prince Johnson. I think a lot of folks saying Jeremiah Kuhn will be the godfather. I don't think Jeremiah Kuhn can be the godfather. I don't think the people of Nimba recognize him to be the godfather because number one, he left the MDR, so he no longer in the party of the Nibadians. He walked away. He said he's a UP supporter and he's a UP member. So there's no way he can be the godfather of Nimba because one, you gotta be part of the MDR because the people recognize the MDR, and two, it don't have that it factor, that thing. There's nothing in there. So there is a big gap in Nimba. Nimba is wide open at this moment. So the Nibadians are very smart people, very intelligent people. They know who will be the leader. They know exactly now. Once the president called one of his political leader and one of his political mates stranger. So I believe that Jamal Kuhn is a stranger in Nimba. He only ride under Prince Johnson. Matter of fact, he's not a Libadian. If you look at, he's not a Libadian. A Nimba man on right here, he can attest to that. He's not a Libadian. So you can.
He's not a Libadian. Who?
Jamal Kuhn. He's not a Libadian.
Okay.
Yeah, a Libadian on this thing can attest to that. He's not a Libadian. Prince Johnson just took him as his child, nurture him, and then he betrayed Prince Johnson. So at this moment, he's not a factor. I know some folks who put him together, and one is 2029, but he's not. So Nimba is open right now for the Badians. Only the Badians can make that decision in Nimba, that who will be the godfather. But right now, Jeremiah Kuhn is there. And let me ask the honorable man here a question. Do you think Jeremiah Kuhn has it in him? Do you think, because and speak to that, I know he's not a Libadian. Do you think Nimba will pick somebody who actually is not a Libadian?
Just asking a straight up question. Is Jeremiah Kuhn a Libadian to you? Yeah.
I don't know about that. This is my first of hearing that. Just to be very transparent, right? This is my first of hearing that. I don't know about that. So But when it comes to the question of who would fill that gap for Senator Johnson,
No, you don't know about what? I want to have you on the record.
I don't know about
Is
whether
Jeremiah
or not Senator
Jeremiah from
is
Nimba?
Nimba or not. No.
No, I'm asking you. Can you just help us understand? Is Jeremiah from Nimba?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, what the senator still say, yes, he was from Nimba. That's the information that I have. If anything deeper, outside of that light, I'm not privileged. I'm not privileged to.
Do you know that his father is not a Libanian? Do you know that his father is not a Libanian? Do you know that?
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know much.
no,
I don't
he-
know much
yeah,
about my
he's not a-
relationship with him.
Yeah.
Been like, well,
You-
we
you-
chatted
yeah,
and
you-
shoot
you-
with
You
Senator
can
Johnson.
ask him and ask out there. His
I
father.
don't think you put your argument here to say Jeremiah is not a Nevadian, but go ahead and say your own. We'll come that later. Go ahead, representative. Make your point, sir.
So my relationship with the vice president, like through Senator Johnson. So as far as I'm concerned, Senator Johnson said like it was from Nimba, so I took the senator award for that, and we could proceed because
Yes, Senator Johnson is from Nimba, but Jeremiah Kun is not a Libanian. And I can challenge anybody on this platform. Let her come out to see if Jeremiah Kun's father is a Libanian. I challenge anybody. Anybody.
All right, thank you. We're gonna bring in Mame and Vani Saki. Again, guys, this is one-on-one with the CEO. To each his own. We will say everything we want to say, no hard feelings, but we respect the discussion. And then we'll end up with Ketamba on this topic. The vacuum have been created because President Johnson passed. And the argument that seditions are making that Jeremiah Kun is not an Ibadian. Mame.
Well, to the Prince Johnson's vacuum that he created is established. I mean, he was very loved by his people. This is what you need to realize. The condition that necessitated Prince Johnson being a godfather, that condition that existed that made Prince Johnson the way people love him in Nimba, we do not pray for that condition to exist again in Liberia. We don't pray for that. So if you're looking for the kind of godfather that Prince Johnson was to Nimba, we will not have that godfather because the condition that made Prince Johnson that godfather is a condition that none of us want to see again. Nimbayans were not behind Prince Johnson because he was making so much good legislations and all the different things that the lawmakers could do. Yeah, he built school for his people. He helped them personally. You can't beat that. But they were voting for Prince Johnson and sticking with him based on historical legacy that we don't want to re-highlight on the show. So if you're looking for that kind of godfather, Nimba will not have that kind of godfather again. And we don't need that kind of godfather. But when you're talking about political support, then I want to take you back into history to reflect on how Nimbayans can follow their leaders. It was Jackson Doe who was calling the shot, and Nimbayans were following him because internally they saw him as that leader. 2005 election, it was not Prince Johnson, it was Koto. It was Joseph, go back and see the statistics. It was Joseph Koto, Joseph Dizel Koto, who was calling the shot in Nimba. He the one all the political parties were running behind to get on their side. And Ellen Johnson said he got him on her side in the 2005 election. Nimbayan started to leave from behind Koto when Koto started to delay and not fulfill on his promises and commitment he made to them. That's how they shifted to Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson, after Koto, became the person they listened to. And if you go back on historical link, from Jackson Doe to Koto to PYJ, It's only fair to infer that Nimbayans will go after their next leader. Who that leader will be is a question I can't answer. But if you want to use whether your pa from Nimba or your mom from Nimba, Prince Johnson's father is not a Nimbayan. His mother is a Nimbayan. But Nimba people don't look for Nim, your pa, your mom. They look for people who are committed to their values, people who are committed to their agenda. Those are the people they look for. Now, whether your mom was born here or your pa was born here, even if it is issue about mom and pa, go by and read their tradition. They respect and adore their mother's children. You want to show people, maybe you can correct me.
Center.
The mother's children, not the father.
Now who called me?
Yeah, so in 10 seconds, let's leave the 2020 now will decide on different features on what happened to Nimba. But the fact is, Nimbayans follow their leader. Go back to history from Jackson Doe, Joseph Cotto, PYJ, and definitely the next leader that will emerge.
You called me. Go ahead. You run this slide.
Yeah. So I want to disagree with Mame and agree with him at some point. Mame makes the argument. He sets a premise that says, to some extent, that the reason why the people are seeing Prince Johnson was because of the role in the war, and it's not a good experience. I agree, but it's making the wrong assumption. The assumption concludes that all the arguments about successor is about successor who played a part in the war. No. There's a different reason why John Weah won election because of football career. A different reason why Sir Joseph won because of his role in Ebola. So when someone say one a successor, they say the man will do the same thing. No, I'm not saying we'll go for a war before it be Prince Johnson. You can do something else and become the role Prince Johnson play. It's how you get there. Prince Johnson used one path as a hero of the war, saving his people. Somebody can use a different path and say be as popular as Prince Johnson. So I don't want you to create a premise that set to the entire argument around the reason that people are saying you should be like Prince Johnson because we don't want to go to see the Prince Johnson did for the war. Nobody say you must go for a war and be Prince Johnson. There could be someone who discovered a vaccine that saved the children of Nimba. There could be someone who is helping young kids develop. There could be someone who empowers business people who create economic zones and empowering people to build wealth and invest in their families. So the argument that the reason why people are seeing for people to go to that back.
No data, Kiatama.
All right, while Ketema is frozen, we'll go back. We'll go back to Ketema. I want to bring in, guys, we have the Senator Young Twine. Senator Young Twine was the most recent senator that Prince Johnson pulled his hand up indirectly. But when Prince Johnson met him on the Senate floor, Prince Johnson congratulated him and said, we will work together. Prince Johnson called on the show and said, my son, Yan, and myself will do the Nimba people work. We have the senator on. Welcome to the show, Senator Young Twine. It's good to have you, sir.
Thank you, Stanton, and thank you to all your panelists. And thank you to all the people of Liberia who have been pouring in messages of condolence to us. And we just want to say that we have a big tree that has fallen. We are not only sad as a county, but we are in a state of oblivion, trying to pick the pieces up to put ourselves together for the next challenges ahead. And we allow everybody, while we go through this period of, bereavement, to be respectful of the senator, the county, and the period of mourning that the county is going through. You can clearly see that the senator, while he was alive, he, predicted, what was going to happen after his demise. That there were going to be people who were going to be happy. There were going to be people who were going to be sad. There were going to be people who were going to be, angry. There were going to be people who were not going to be, in sympathy as well. He did not fit anybody's narrative. He lived a life and carved his own narrative. He was in the league of himself. And he is irreplaceable, obviously. And so we just want to call on everybody to remain, respectful to the family and the people of Nimba. And for us to just move on and have and give him the befitting honors that he deserved while we move on. Was he a perfect man? No, he wasn't. Any one of us, on this panel or in this country or in this world perfect? No, we aren't. So we'll be judged by our God when we depart the face of this earth. And that is the reason why we should allow, peace to reign and then, give him the befitting honors that he deserves by the people of Nimba and Liberia.
Senator, thank you very much for joining us on this first day of December. It's good to hear you. And like all other folks in Nimba, our sympathy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Dan, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So to Senator Young Twine, you were speaking, but your internet kicked you out. You want to finish speaking? We just heard from Senator Young Twine, Abdullah Kiatamba. So finish up, then we'll go to Vanessaki. Abdullah, are you still with us? Abdullah? Okay, let's bring in Vanessaki.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
You're Senator Young Twine.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's a powerful message from the senator. That's why myself continue to push for.
Go to Vanessaki.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
We are hearing you now, Ketema. Can you hear us?
Okay. No, so my point is,
no,
I said,
Ketema,
can you hear me?
Hold on 1 minute, because we have Vaden speaking before you came and let you finish.
Sure.
Go ahead, Vaden.
Yes, as I was saying, you can clearly see that the late senator actually feel the vacuum before leaving. If anybody want to spin, I think they can gain all of this by dividing the people of Nimba, by saying his father from in space, his mother from the Atlantic Ocean, for political benefit. That clearly tells you that they are aware that the late senator actually feel the vacuum before his death. They all know that. That's why they are playing dirty propaganda with the current sitting Vice President Jeremiah Kun, with the hope that they can divide Nimba. That's the only reason. It's clear. Senator Prim, the late Senator Prim White Johnson, did extremely well in bringing a lot of young people up. He took a gas seller, and he the representative. He helped him begin senator. It made him sitting Vice President. And you stay saying Nimba open? You stay saying Nimba open? What are you reading? This man felt the vacuum before he left. So I'm just saying to the people of Nimba, be very, very careful. The country is politically charged now a day where people use death as a political strength. So be very careful. We surprised tonight for some of the things we're hearing from former President we are spokesman, Kevasa. Really, former President we are messing to the Liberian people. For the city vice president, not from Nimba, that Nimba is, I mean, it's just dangerous. It's just bad for our country, where we fight, we desperate for political victory to the point where we can tear the country apart. We should just come back to power. It's bad. The Nimba people, I was born in Lampo. If I go to Nimba today, my parents were born me. They were accept me. Mambi said, just focus on the value that keep the people of Nimba together. Their development, that what you see today in Liberia. Nimba is the fastest growing county. The country where everybody want to go, you go for vacation. So let's just focus and say, look, you leave the thing. The vacuum was filled, the senator filled the vacuum, he brought out the young people up. He gave all his sitting vice president for Nimba country today. The people of Nimba have to be proud. They are the second in leadership. So I don't think we'll have a vacuum in Nimba country here as we bereave the devil, the late senator.
Thank you very much. I want to let Katona finish. We'll go to Kev, we'll go to Representative Nathan. We got one last conversation to go, and then we'll be wrapping these things up. Katema, if you all finished your thought, you were on the road. But just to remind you, though, we just had Senator Young Twine, that the last senator that Prince Johnson actually brought to power in Nimba. Indirectly or directly, you can say that, Ketemba. He just shared his sympathy to the family and Liberia and the people of Nimba. Talk to me, Ketemba.
Whether it's Prince Johnson or not, Nimba remains a significant game changer in elections. Nimba represents a huge vote-rich county. So Nimba is significantly powerful. That one man could have shifted Nimba towards the direction he wanted, and that ultimately decided 3 different presidential elections. It's a tribute to his strength. And why he was doing that, like take for example, in some political party, you could see that, look, if after this guy, this is the next guy who has similar strength. You don't see that in Nimba. There's somebody that with that kind of power. You see a lot of people with that strength, but not in one person, like Prince Johnson, for example. And so there will be a vacuum. Someone will be a successor, but for now, possess that level of influence, that gravitas, that special place reserved and etched in people's minds and memories. Difficult to see. The back to the initial argument point is, you don't have to taper in the world to be the Prince Johnson influence. You can play different role and have people. Jackson Joe ran for president. In many people's mind, he won the election from Nimba. He could have been the first president of Nimba. So you don't have to play that role. There are a lot of roles you can play. So I don't want us to destroy the argument that the demand for replacement of Prince Johnson is a demand for the same role Prince Johnson played. And that argument is a distortion and misrepresentation of the discussion. It diminishes the value we bring to the discussion around succession and replacement. The argument about replacement and succession is that someone who is believed, who is celebrated, whose wisdom is respected, will get deference to make a decision. Their judgment is beyond reproach because they know that person enjoys their confidence, their trust, and will make a decision that align with the people of Nimba. And Prince Johnson did that. So that's why the people see it for the right reason. So I'm trying to say it takes more than just a claim to leadership and from being Nimba to play that role. So no one is saying is that easy. So that is the argument. So I don't see anybody. Jeremiah Kuhn, he's from Nimba. I mean, I would disagree with Kerry. But Jeremiah Kuhn has not demonstrated a strength that is derived from the people believe in him. He's a beneficiary of a transfer strength, of a transfer faith and confidence. So they believe in Prince Johnson enough, and Prince Johnson believe in him. So he's a conduit. Prince Johnson basically a third party. He's a conduit, a go-between between the people and Jeremiah Kuhn. Until Jeremiah Kuhn's power and influence is unchallenged. It has to be tested and proven. It's an untested and unproven power that he has the leverage to make a king. And Prince Johnson had another was a kingmaker. Jeremiah has to make he got to be a kingmaker and a king. Prince Johnson was both a king and a kingmaker. He made himself king and he made other kings. So
So just real quick, few seconds before we go to Kev Hassan and we'll bring in Representative Obia. You do not agree with Kev Hassan when he said Jeremiah Kuhn is not on the Nimba. After that, I just want us to be on the record here.
So what?
Do you agree with Kev Hassan? Just want you. Did I hear you right? You say you disagree. Kev said Jeremiah Kuhn is not from Nimba.
He's from Nimba. Jeremiah Kuhn is from Nimba. He's from Nimba. I mean, everybody got it right. He's from Nimba. Look, stand up. Here's what I'm noticing.
Real quick.
For the scramble of Nimba has begun. The politics for the scramble of Nimba have begun. Most of the rhetorics is built to see which group position itself to win the hearts and minds of Nimba.
I'm going to hold you to answer the question.
It's a political propaganda.
I'm going to hold you to answer this question. The passing of Prince Johnson, has it given more urge to George Manawea? You think George Manawea scoring political point here because Prince Johnson passed? I don't want to say that George Manawea killed Prince Johnson. No, I'm saying because Prince Johnson is dead, George Manawea have more opening in Nimba now than when Prince Johnson was alive. Abdullah?
Well, I can tell you this. George will have more opening, but he lost the opportunity. He misused the opportunity. Prince Johnson voted endorsed George Weah. So he lost. John Weir problem is managing relationships. People were supporting, but you lose those people. John Weir problem has been managing relationship with different people. Prince Johnson endorsed it. He had meeting Prince Johnson, John Weir was.
Okay, Ketema get internet problem. Let me bring in Kev Hassan. Kev Hassan, the same question. Do you think your political leader now, George Manawia, having more edge into this because Prince Johnson passed away? Nimba is open for business, as you call it.
Absolutely. Let's go to the numbers, right? The past election, Joe, we have 50,000 votes in Nimba. Nobody got 50,000 votes in Nimba without the support of Prince Johnson. Let's go back in history. So without Prince Johnson, George Manawia will have more votes. But the question is, let's go back to the question I asked. Nobody besides somebody say, yeah, he's from Nimba. This man is from Sano. Why will you leave a bona fide Nibadians, the Gonglos, Nathan here with other Harrison Yellow, all these other guys? Why will you leave them to take a half and half somebody who just went there because of political reason? As a matter of fact, step away from the Nibadian party called the MDR. Step away, walk away. Which Prince Johnson took that very seriously. To heart, very seriously. He was heartbroken because of that. How can you make such a man the face of Nimba? In the face of bona fide Nibadians. People who sweat for Nimba day and night, and give it to some kid who not even the Nibadian? No way. I don't think that would be. But
and we can't allow Hassan insulting the city bar.
No, please.
We can't allow that.
My man, get fast, go in the bar when you finish talking, come back on.
Yeah,
you
man.
have to,
They can't call the city vice president kid. That's it. That's being very disrespectful.
My man, Vanisaki, get back, go in the bar, you come back on by. We having serious show about.
Call the man, tell the man, say say something about him. Listen, honorable, let me ask the honorable man. Let's be serious on this thing, because no Stanton was joking about it, right? But this is very serious. Prince Johnson, his family, people with Prince Johnson, do your case study, you will see it. Prince Johnson called the former president and said, let's have a meeting this past Saturday. He even texts. The president do have the text and write on his phone, everything. And said, look, let's talk. And you know the former president is a honorable man. He will not come on air and say something, because when we said it first, people say, oh, that's not true. But he said it today. And I know that they had communication, because I know, because of my proximity. So I know. I'm asking you this. What you made of it in less than a year? With all the complaint that Prince Johnson they complained about this government, call them how they betray him and everything. How President Buckeye changed his number. They're not even speaking. With Jeremiah Kuhn, no speaking relationship with Jeremiah Kuhn for months. Do your case study. Check for yourself, honorable man. Check.
All right, Kev, we gotta go.
I'm asking you now. What you make of that? What you make of the former the listeners are calling the former president to have a meeting?
So, Kevin, who are you asking me that question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm actually, when you make up that,
I'm just hearing this info from you right now, Cap. So what I would do, like what I'm going to do, I'm going to pursue that to make sure, like, to find evidence, and I will come back and call stand and
fair
come back
enough.
and
Right.
and go
Right.
and go forward to go through that process.
Fair enough.
Right.
But,
But
but
as of now, I was not aware of any one of those conversations as of now.
right,
So let me say thank you very much, Rab. Let me say something before we bring in Vanessa Saki. Sedition argument moving forward, and I think this is bad for CDC. And if you want to win, Nimba Kante come better than sending Kev Hassan to say that the vice president is not on the body. I think Kev Hassan is destroying CDC chances of even getting to another 50,000 votes. I should be on the record saying this. You are looking at a man that is.
you want to.
Kev, you see, Ketema, please tell your brother, Kev, don't do this. I beg you, don't interrupt me. Kev, you interrupt me, I'll put you in the back. I'm moderating, though.
But man, you cannot debunk. You cannot debunk.
Because I kept quiet and I asked Valen to please be quiet because we wanted you to learn for us to come back. So please, let's do this. I will say this to all sedition. You know, Ketema laughing because your friend Kev Hassan interrupted me, he enjoying it, he laughing. I will say this to all. This is the wrong move if you want to win, if you want to get one vote on a Nimba. Disrespect and throw insult to Jeremiah Kuhn.
You serious?
Okay, Kev, I really don't want to do this because you're a CDC leader than Washington, but I will have to do it. Don't interrupt me. This issue.
I mean, CDC that emotionally were kept.
Yeah. You know, imagine that is on the show, Representative Bia from Rhode Island. He knows exactly what I'm saying. You want to go in there and win vote. You got to get on your knees. You got to beg the people. You got to show love. Regardless what Jeremiah Kuhn is doing to you, you got to embrace Jeremiah Kuhn. I love the one Gonglo when he say, even if you want to kill that cow, give the cow water to drink. You are yet telling the people that now their eyes is on the ball, that Jeremiah Kuhn can be the next president of the Republic of Liberia. You are telling them that he's not a Nibadian. He ran as representative in Nimba, he won. He ran as senator, he won. George Mane, we can say the same thing, that he's not from Moserado. But guess what? He went to school in Moserado. He was born in Moserado. His mother from another county. Nobody on earth knows where his father from. So let's face it for the sake of God. We are all Liberians. We can go to any which country and domicile ourselves accordingly, and the people love us and they can recognize us. So the day Edwin Snow is running for president.
Oh, so the man domicile in Nimba. That's a good one. Domicile in Nimba. You get it.
I put him in the back for a second because he cannot control himself. You know, he hates when I'm speaking. You imagine, folks, is this how a CDC coming to rebrand themselves on the comeback? Before Prince Johnson died, Prince Johnson told the people of Nimba he got one son that will stand tall for them. Prince Johnson came on the show. Political leaders were knocking on his door. He said, no, we'll not support you. He said, I supported George Mane. We are 2017. But this time around, I will give the vote to Joseph Yema Boaka. On Saturday, Prince Johnson called me. My son Stanton, the people coming, oh, I say, who people? They're coming from Nigeria, they're coming to this program. I want you to send the team. I said, how many people you want? He said, send 2 of them. I said, hold on, let me put my TT on the call. She's the CEO. Then he said, hey, my son, you respect that woman? Oh, I said, hold on. I put Prince Johnson on the call. Prince Johnson, my TT, and myself. My TT said, Senator, consider it done. He said, my teacher, when you coming for me to see you, come to the program. She said, oh, I can't make it. On Tuesday, Prince Johnson sent me a text. He said, do you know that I'm the internal affairs chair on that committee? What happened with Yumane? I hear you talking about that case. Send me all the video and send me the messages. I sent it to him. He said, my son, don't talk it, wait, let's investigate. I said, okay. That was the last text message between Prince Johnson and myself on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I will say this to all Liberians tonight. 2-3 times every week, he called me. A regular listener on Spoon Talk. If you want to win Nimba Kante, sedition, the message he's sending to Kev is very dangerous. You will lose Nimba bigly. Because Prince Johnson is still alive in all Nibadians. Don't get it twisted. Prince Johnson is still alive, and Prince Johnson will speak from the grave. Let me go back to Vani Saki, and then we'll go back to Representative Nita.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for that powerful message. It's just too late now for the CDC. They already started from the second the message came out that the senator died. CDC went quick into a room and planned a dirty propaganda, created a whole lot of stuff, created a lot of fake messages. It's making it to look like the former senator was communicating with President George Weah. All other things the guys did. And when I got the whole information in my hand, I quickly took the airway to advise Nimba to be very careful. Because all the CDC want now is, the CDC, they can pretend all the one they're happy. CDC are happy that Prince Johnson is there. They're happy. Let me say, I'm not going to hide it. They're very happy. So the next in line is, the current vice president. That's why you see Kev Hassan relaying former President Weah message, but directly and publicly insulting Jeremiah Kun, vice president of the Republic of Liberia, calling him all kind of names tonight. But this is a man who speaks for the peace ambassador, the man who's so peaceful. But this is a man speaking for him, referring to somebody, you saying, calling all those names. Those names as were there when Senator Prince, the late Senator Prince Johnson, took one of the sons for Nimba and helped him become vice president. If you think the Nimba people don't know what's good for them, that they almost next in line to head our country, well, some are all praying for because they are so developmental. Their mind, when I visited Nimba, the way they work together to develop their country, I'll be happy to see somebody from Nimba taking leadership one day over the country because I want to see people with that kind of mind. So if you think the best way to win 2029 to come back is to divide the people in Nimba and say the current vice president came from Sando County, his man came from the Atlantic Ocean, he's trying, but then it's just too late. They already destroyed. Go in there, got charged room. I got many ways to get access to that information. I said former deputy vice president for administration CDC. So I'm saying I get access to that conversation. These guys are so bad. Politics, CDC is so bad when it comes to politics. The moment the senator died, they got went to meeting quick and said, "Not playing what to do. Don't ship the death on Jeremiah Kun." These guys tried to say that the vice president gave Prince Johnson. These guys care for son. These guys are so terrible. I hope the Liberian people watch the CDC. The desperation the CDC have to come back to power, they can bring down any country just to come back to power. Watch them and watch them well. Thank you.
So let's hear you, Representative Bia, and we'll finish up with Mohammed, then we'll do our closing. Representative?
Yeah, where Katuma, when he said the historical aspect of the senator, right? No one can actually replace the senator, the legacy that he has. No one can replace him. However, we know that we have someone, to come in a different light. And exactly, we have the vice president who is actually, like I said, we brought with the vice president, I would bond it together through the senator. All right. So exactly from Nimba. So, again, my condolence to the family. That's all. My thing right now is we got to make sure that the senator get rest in peace. then the business of Nimba County will continue. One Nimba, one people. We shall continue.
And how do you call that? You said that what? Nimba Kwado, right?
Nimba Kwado.
All right. Mame, go ahead and we'll be finishing with Ketema. After Mame, I got a quick video to play. Then we'll be finishing with Ketema. I know
well, just a quick, I hope we have time just to chat based on quickly about what's going on in the lower house. Just an answer.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, sure. We do. We got about 20 more minutes. Mame.
Then some people, Nimbayans were not behind like Prince Johnson. I mean, there are people who naturally just love you, they just like your business. But if you see the pattern of voting and support, Prince Johnson technically had an agenda that he built people around. And he sold that agenda to the people of Nimba and the people bought it. How it will change in the future, whether the dynamic will change and there will be new messaging for people to follow, or whether they will stick with the team that Prince Johnson built and left. A lot of dynamics, a lot of things will happen in place for us to see that going forward. But to argue that Prince Johnson left and therefore because he's gone, so everything that he built was crumble to the ground, and then we will become the kingmaker in Nimba County. It suggests like, I mean, this is something you are praying for and wishing for to happen. But here is the fact: it just run to 50,000 number. There are only one election to conduct in Liberia. Go back from 2005 to 2011 to 2017 and then 2023. The fact is, CDC's performance in Nimba been deteriorating until we have become president. That number you saw in 50,000 was an incumbency factor. The president and everything he had. In 2011, 2005, Joe, we are hearing everybody, oh, young boy, world best, Africa best, UN ambassador. We all young people who just ran behind the train. So he got a good number of votes in Nimba, around 30,000, 31,000, 32,000 votes. That was 2005. And Prince Johnson supported George Weah. This is a historical fact you need to know. Prince Johnson originally went to the United Party convention and they denied him. Then he went independent and then supported George Weah in 2005. You need to know that. George Weah got 32,000. 2011, when Prince Johnson was having 100,000 votes and United Party was having over 40,000, CDC was having 4,000. That is 2011. 2017, when Prince Johnson was having 107 and United Party was in 39,000, CDC was in 16,000. You come to 2023, as incumbent, we are only able to add 34,000 on his vote compared to 2017 vote. It doesn't show strength for we are in Nimba. It doesn't show strength. The competition in Nimba, when you're talking about the three political parties have been between Prince Johnson political party and United Party, all will coming next. We are and the CDC have been distant here from 2011 to 2023. Why am I making this point? I'm making this point to send across the message that don't tie your political success on the death of other people. That because Prince Johnson not there now, so the vacuum open for you to go get vote. Don't do that. Because when you go back and look at your numbers from the past, it shows that you're not a second in choice for Nimba people. You're not a second in line for Nimba people. And there are new leaders emerging in Nimba. Gonglo has put him face, has placed him face on the ballot. He's a factor. You're not considering that? And you just hoping that because Prince Johnson, that's an opportunity for we are, it's a wrong calculation. But again, they will not change.
Thank you. I'm very concerned. Ketema will bring the House of Representatives issue. Let me play this video. It's just on a 1 minute 15 second. On Monday, when Jeremiah Kuhn went to attend that program, we got a lot of video and communication coming up between Jeremiah Kuhn and Prince Johnson. Tomorrow for the Spoon Talk, we'll play some of this communication. People say, well, they were in bad terms. They couldn't speak, they couldn't talk. But what we will see, we'll listen to them talking and laughing, and you know, this is not the time, man. I like what the Senator Young Twine said. Come on, guys, chill. But let's play this.
From the east to the west, north to the south, let's come together as one. They say you're not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget it. You from Lower Country, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa Sessu. I'm a bad that way, oh, young people, I'm up on the fine way. Tabila, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I love Liberia, yeah, yeah. Play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Mama was born, yeah. Papa was born, yeah. They hold us together, the honey boy, yeah.
So we got a video. We'll play them all. We just played the 1 minute 15 second. And again, let's just play the second half of this video. Then we'll pause the rest for Ketema to come in and do our last topic for tonight. I also want to say, starting tomorrow, the most current reason up to that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, some of the information that we're getting between Jeremiah Kuhn and Prince Johnson, their interaction, the conversation actually was like a father and son conversation. So when somebody come up to say, well, Prince Johnson was very Mr. Jeremiah Kuhn, you can decide, you can be the judge when this man is even blessing Jeremiah Kuhn even more. I'm not into the campaign move, but I think it's a dangerous territory for people to work on and say, well,
the man always shake the man, you hug him.
Yeah, but that is here at the program. I want to talk about not at the program, but in Morovia, in Prince Johnson House, when we start playing some of this stuff. Let me play the second half of this video, then we'll bring in Abdullah Ketem.
From the east to the west, north to the south, let's come together as one. They say you're not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget it. You from Lower Country, you from Maryland.
I want to invite Liberia's second citizen, Yellow Jeremiah Kuhn, Vice President of Liberia, for special treatment.
I love Liberia.
I want to start by recognizing Senator Prince Yobin Johnson and Madam Johnson, Senior Senator in Nimba County, the Honorable Cooper Kura, the Minister of Labor.
Okay, Ketema, let me bring it on. You want to talk about the House of Representatives? That was our last conversation today. But this video coming up, this conversation coming to dismiss the myth that people say they had a bad relationship between Prince Johnson and Jeremiah Kuhn. As we go down this week, we'll be playing some of the personal conversation and sharing with the folks people will see for themselves that Nimba Kwado stands strong. Though you're going to have opposition because the seat of Prince Johnson is vacant right now. It's everybody's business to jump in. But I want to give you the last word on this before we move on, Ketema. Then you can bring in the last conversation. Representative.
Can you guys hear me? Because I haven't used my phone now. I can't use the computer anymore because of the technical. Can you hear me? Okay. So I think Look, Prince Johnson and Kuhn have a very unique relationship that I personally admire because I think that the kind of investment he made in Kuhn, they believe in Kuhn. And I think even Kuhn, the Buckeyes, UP choosing of Kuhn was a smart move because it put a Prince Johnson in a box. You know, Prince Johnson wanted someone from Nimba. That has been his goal. In one of the old videos, he said, this is a victory for him, that he will leave with a legacy, that he elevated Nimba to that level. Of course, we had post-war conflict, Nimba Vice President, Mose Blah, and the rest of them. But this one was different. And I think he was saying the best message, that I'm not only interested in myself, but in empowering a young generation of people who will go on to fill in the role and play. May not be exactly. But it's also, Stanton, it is not enough to look at our video and say there's no problem. I don't say there's a problem. Buckeye or Hawking, Ellen Johnson selling, only the final you have 15 less of complaint get American. So videos are not enough. They see where videos are not enough to say that Joey had a problem with Kum. And they see where the videos are not enough to say that they cool. I don't have evidence they got problem. I want to be clear. I don't have evidence to got problem. I do not peddle gossips. So I don't enjoy it. But video is not enough to say they cool. There's a public event. They gotta show pretend, they gotta pretend well and smile. I mean, you can go to an event where people don't speak to each other, hawking and smiling. Video is not enough. A public event is not enough to determine what I got problem. I got problem with Kev. Even like, bro, I shake your hand, me, you were hanging, or I have problem with that time when they kill like, bro. So it's not enough. But overall, I think the propaganda is behind all of this. Propaganda on both sides. Not on the CDC side, propaganda on UP side. So they begin to look at Nimba. How do we frame this death to give us political advantage? Each group is trying to frame the debate to give them political advantage. That is the situation. But in all fairness, I think Jeremiah Cohn is a likable guy. He has, and Mame said something that was very profound. Prince Johnson built not only his history of being a freedom fighter for his people, but development. Stanton, they got pushing development in Nimba. And they got pushing appointment in Nimba. He was empowering Nimba. He was making sure. And one of the things he said for George was the Asambita money. They said that they're not giving the development. That's one of the things. Now, that will affect CDC in the 2029 elections. Because Prince Johnson last word on why he did not endorse that this was a fund reserved for development in Nimba. And because those funds that were reserved and allocated for Nimba through the Assam Metal deal were never went to development Nimba. So this is a bigger politics that we play. But I can tell you that Nimba is not ironclad in one hand like before. Nimba is more of a free room for a lot of people to play. I can tell you that today. There's no way anybody in Nimba. So that's my point. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give Representative Bia the chance to speak. And with Representative, I know you'll come back to us. Our term is very fast spent. I know you want us to go into the House of Representatives issue. We'll try to do that another time when we have you. But for now, we want to give you the chance to do your closing. And then we ourselves got to close. Today is a beautiful Sunday, very cool. It's good having you. Talk to us.
Well, thank you so much for bringing me up on the show. One thing I would like to say to I'll go back again that were sympathy to the family of the Johnson family and to the Liberian people, because a senator has died and a senator of Nimba County has passed. The same thing that where Senator Johnson was really focused on educating his people. Exactly, this is why one of the landmarks that he left within the county, making sure that he's working for his people, and that we know that there's gonna be no one that will replace the senator, so to speak. But however, we have the vice president, government vice president, Jeremiah Cohn, that will try to take that leadership, that will take the leadership of Nimba County, because there was Senator Johnson who helped the Senator Cohn where he is today. All right, so we the Nimba people, like I said, the Nimba people can fight internally. Here and there we have our differences, but when it comes to national issues, things like the interests of the country and interests of Nimba, we always come united. We are united people. Again, Liberia First Agenda. If you look at that, Liberia First Agenda is one of mine. Is one of my issue here. Liberia is Liberia First because we all, there is no Liberian that is better than another Liberian. We all have our country to heart. It's what attributes do you have to increase or make sure that Liberia gets on the map. Like you always say, we don't want our kids to be going home sleeping hungry. We want the best education in our country. We want the best technology. We want Liberia to start heading up in our geographical map to be one of the best in Africa. So it's again, we all work together as Liberians to make sure that our country succeed. Despite we lost one of our heroes, but Liberia shall prevail. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The representative from Rhode Island District number 3, again, a man that operates on $14.7 billion budget for the good state of Rhode Island. We want to say thank you for joining us. Liberian, by the way, a Nimbadian, by the way, and again, your people are proud of you. We always love to have you, that you can participate in this great conversation concerning Liberia. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So yeah, we are, and I know Ketema and Mama coming back for the closing. Ket, let's hear you. You're closer, sir.
Sometimes the truth is a bitter pill, But kudos to Jeremiah Kuhn for sending you the video. The fact that he sent you this video for you to play it shows that he understands that the people of Nimba don't see him as a bona fide Ibadians. So he making his case, he campaigning. So the fact that he sent you that video and he's showing and he told you, look, the coming week, please start playing all this Clay, Prince Johnson and this. But one thing he forgot to tell you, there's the other side of the tips too, that Prince Johnson talked about him. I wish you can play that. I wish you can play the other side. So you can't talk about the good old starting days, these old days that when they started the campaign, all the sweet thing Prince Johnson was saying. That was Prince Johnson's expectation, that this man was going to be us, my son, until he betrayed the man and walked out of the MDR, the Nimba People Party. He walked out. And Prince Johnson said, look, let me call my good old friend George Weah. Because this is a man that was honest to him. In 10 months, 11 months, he reaching out to President Weah. Shows what happened between him and Jeremiah Kuhn. Shows what happened between him and Jeremiah Kuhn. The fact that he sent tape to Stanton to prove that he's on the Ibadian show. And Stanton, you said something which I will agree with you. You said wherever you domicile, yes. So he actually not Ibadian. He went to live there, get a home there, get businesses there. So he considered himself as a Ibadian. But when we're talking about the Godfather, not who just domiciled it, not who just went there, not a stranger. We're talking about the bona fide Ibadians, people like the Gonglos, Garrison Yelu, all the other and strong Ibadians, people who stood up for Nimba, who are Nimbadians. All politics are local. The Nimbadians need to get, one of our and our great leader, people went against him back then, but some of us did that. He said Africa is for African, and he went as far as say Black African, and it's true. Nimba is for Nimbadians. Only Nimbadians can make that decision who should be their leader. Not Jeremiah Kuhn. He's not the leader. He walked away from the Nimba party. He said, I'm a unity partisan. You can still be an MDR and still and be the vice president. Stand for your party. Stand for your county. Prince Johnson never left his county or his party. So Stanton, when you playing that tape this coming week, please play the other side where Prince Johnson was angry on Jeremiah Kuhn. Please be fair to the Liberian people. But for Prince Johnson, for Jeremiah Kuhn to send you those videos to show his loyalty to the Nevadians, to Prince Johnson, speaks volume that he messed up.
Thank you very much, Kev. It's always good having you. I must say something on this. We sent 2 reporters when Prince Johnson asked us to.
Hey, my man, I didn't say you that tip, man. I didn't say you.
Kev, you are not interrupting me, though, please. He said, Madam Titi, please send a reporter. We send Sylvester Cholople and we send Haji Masale. Whenever our guys go off in our archive, we create videos. Okay, that's what we do as a network. I can go in that and get any video and bring Jeremiah Kuhn. He shouldn't send me anything. Okay, now let me move on to say this. On the issue about which country you're from, you know that Jeremiah Kuhn's mother, like Mami was saying, from Nimba, right? And the father from the southeastern part of the country. The same thing with the CDC political leader. Her mom not from Maserado. Her pa, nobody know her pa coming from.
Her pa for
so how can you don't interrupt me now? You have your turn. Kev, let's put you in the back for a second because you never change.
Maybe you wanted to call Joe. We are partnering, so let's hear today and where you from.
But that's the issue, though. You want to say something, well, let me finish, then you can come and speak again, my brother.
Okay, give me 30 seconds.
No, I cannot. I'm in flat. I cannot. We have said
after
this.
You finish.
Say no. CDC, Joe, we are personally to the go.
We have said this over in the back. We're not interrupting. We give you all the time. You talk freely. You know. So
you know what I'm saying? Kevin, Joe, we have to know.
No information
Joe,
yet.
Joe, we have a goal to Kevin, a goal
on this. Joe, we have Ma, right? She's not from Maserado. Respect to the Oma. Nobody knows what Joe is. So it's only good that if you live in the glass house, do not throw stone. Joe, we have domicile in Maserado County, you become a senator. So many people do in Liberia, it happens. I mean, I don't know about this thing. We don't even know where Kev Hassan coming from. Half of a parent are Liberian, the other half from Sierra Leone. We're going to sit on the show and talk about people coming from Nimba or the Southeastern. Let's move on, guys. Let's be serious. That's a dangerous game. You're not winning your vote. No, you are not. You're not winning your vote.
You don't want me to debunk what you say.
Vani Saki come in. Vani, let's hear you.
Thank you. I think thank you to Miami, Katama, Kev. It was a great show. I think the show tonight I gave the people of Nimba County the clear opportunity to see the dangerous propaganda put together by the CDC. I want to say thank you to Kev for exposing everything. I need the people of Nimba know now moving forward. When you have to spread lies about the vice president, the Nimba County people already know now. This show was a great show tonight. There was a reason that I released that post 2 days ago advising the people of Nimba to be careful because I'm fully aware of the propaganda moving forward from the CDC. The Jeremiah, the current vice president, so they got to bring him back. Bring him down, create lies about him, tie him to the devil, the late senator, sing a whole lot of things. Had the senator had it from the senator called President George. We are begging, asking for forgiveness, all lies, just to create conflict. But the people in Nimba know better. The late senator is resting in peace. He filled the gap before he left. He knew very well that he was a king who made many kings. So he knew what he was doing. So to the people in Nimba, you're already in leadership. You got a sitting vice president for your country. Somebody want to come back to power to complete the destruction they carry on for the past 6 years. and they see the best way they can do is to devalue people, you know better than them. You know far better. So I just want to say, CEO, we just mourn the death of the senator, and we're just going to encourage the Nimba County people to be united, to hold together, and celebrate the death of Senator Prince Johnson, because you know why he left a legacy for the country. And you know that they were all local. So I just want to say to the people in Nimba, you know better than Skep Hassan relaying message from President George Weah about things that are not true. And it was not start releasing direct messages between the late senator and the current vice president. Senator Jeremiah Cohn, the current vice president, is a good man, good young man who came from nowhere, built himself up to the top. So I don't know why people would just stand and just create a lot. I want to say it was a great show. Happy to be here. I hope to be here the whole week. It's going to be a busy week. The week will be concluding on finally.
We got no seat for you. Don't push it.
No, but stand on, why you laughing, bro? Stand on, why you laughing? The message coming, why you laughing?
We only got seat for the man.
No, stand on. Vani Sagi is a huge asset. Don't only his ability to dissect the issue.
Close before Mami now.
Can I get
you make him a time me for what I say. Now you come to the time me for.
30 seconds, please.
I beg you, we gotta go. Close before Mami. Hey, man.
You make him come and tag me for President Vipers. You know, Vani that answer. You know that one true. But you just Vani can just be talk on CDC. You can't like it, but Vani is a huge asset.
Ketema, let me say something to you before you close, right? I don't know. CDC got to do better. Having Kev Hassan coming to be saying this thing is dangerous for them. There's no change yet.
But maybe I want to think. That what they think.
Exactly.
It's up to them.
I want to think.
It's up to them.
But when guess what? When prison Prince Johnson they will create someone to counter Prince Johnson in Nimba.
Yeah.
And they actually did it. And guess what? It backfired. So that's a kind of strategy.
You can never make such a statement, knowing very well you want to win the people of Nimba heart. Again, it's not a good politics. It's dangerous, right? It will have a backfire. Again, that will sink George Weah. I don't know what people are thinking. But Ketema, let's get you close and Ketema. Then we'll move to Monday.
No, simple. Look, I think CDC have this, I don't know what is a cult mindset. They see things, they detach themselves from all the reality about it. Said, I'm not kidding you. It's so strange. One example was this situation, Nimba. When Prince Johnson, that people attacking Prince Johnson. They have people attacking the man for that endorsing it. So I wonder, okay, you have the man make a demand. Why can you meet the man and address his demand? But you're attacking the man. So and then they actually believe.
To say you made
Nobody can be in the room. Nobody can be in the room disagree. Bring a different angle, forget it. Suspicion side, they don't now trust you again. So you have folks that say, look, why can't we figure a way? They start using Garrison Yellow, former general now. They wanted to quit the former general, they start creating former general that start attacking Prince Johnson. The men start talking, all kind of they have Prince Johnson, like all kind of things. Kept talking enough for Nimba, a uncle from their place, all kind of things they start talking. Now, in fact, they created a candidate to go against Prince Johnson. You know that during the election. You know what happened? But I'm trying to tell you, look, Steno, let's be honest here. Nimba is more of a level playing field than it was before. Because there's no one person that can shift Nimba to a particular political party. And let me tell you this today. I do agree with Mami, but the issue of the CDC standing in Nimba, you're standing in Nimba dependent on Prince Johnson, not your own party. When Prince Johnson has shifted to George Weah, the party standing would have been low. You're standing in Nimba, they not depend on your party or dependent on Prince Johnson
while he was alive. We knew that. So your standing, Prince Johnson will shift your standing, your numerical strength at an election will be determined by whom he endorses. So even when United Party had put up the best performance, if Prince Johnson had endorsed President, we are standing would have risen to a new level in Nimba. So your standing was a factor of your strength, but more so an endorsement of Prince Johnson. So the combination of those two things. Now, historically, United Party is more established in Nimba. Historically, it got basis, it got strength. Before the emergence of Prince Johnson, United Party did well in Nimba. But then but NPP did very well as well. But your strength in Nimba did not necessarily rest on your own shoulders. It was determined largely how Prince Johnson aligned his endorsement with your strength. So Prince Johnson was the game changer, literally. So I mean, I agree with that. But on a serious note, stand alone. I like the fact that President Weah went to the family to express his condolence. And I want to be sensitive on this issue. I received a couple of texts, and some people express, "Oh, you're just saying," other people are saying, "You're insensitive. Prince Johnson did a lot of harm to people." No, I empathize with those people. All we're doing here, we're doing political analysis. We're not paying tribute. Our job is tribute. The tribute will be given individually. I just want to make sure I receive a couple of texts. "Oh, you guys are being insensitive." No, we are not. We're just trying to say, analyzing the strength based on the merits, not on the emotions of it. But I do agree that this is a wonderful show. And stand alone. Jeremiah got a lot of stuff on his shoulder. Let's be honest. He got a lot more to prove. People will now see what is Jeremiah's strength. And that first step is that replacement of a senator. The role he will play, how his endorsed candidate will impact, will change a lot of things. Whom he chooses will help him a lot. He now got to prove. And no longer, I appreciate the fatherly role Prince Johnson played, but I can now walk in my own shoes, and how I will do that. The Nimba people will now rally around him. We want to trust your judgment like we did to Prince Johnson. We want to believe and have confidence in your leadership because Prince Johnson did something. The greatest threat to the people of Nimba, and we know that people felt he was the guy that removed over their heads. Center is an emotional, historical attachment. It's like a Moses and a Joshua in some sense, in their view. He was their Moses or he was their Joshua. They had the Moses generation. In fact, he was their Joshua. He reached them to the promised land. You understand? He had the Moses generation that came close to the promised land. He had a Jackson Doe who ran for president, but they did not make it. They had Thomas Kuwamba who led a field coup. So all those attempts, it was ultimately, and one man defeated all their giants except one. Samuel Doe defeated Jackson Doe. Samuel Doe just said Kuwamba, but Prince Johnson. So he was seen differently as a higher level that secure and sear himself in the minds and memories of the people of Nimba. So it is difficult, like I agree with Mami at that point, to replace it. But at the same time, someone has to step in a way that even if you don't get everything he has, the people will say, you know what, but this person cannot take the baton, can be the Joshua that will take us to the promised land. And this is the moment for them. And the first is of senatorial elections, and then the next one. Thank you.
Again, Ketemba, man, I love when you said, well, this is a tested time for Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn. And a lot of people coming around him now to say, listen, you got to prove yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's always good having you on Spoon Talk. This is the one-on-one with the CEO. Don't forget, tomorrow will be the biggest Spoon Talk. Again, I want to say thank you. Come back tomorrow. Let's have a great show. I'm going to give the last word to Abula Mame. Abula?
Thank you, Stanton. I want to pick up from where Kiatama spoke, just for correction purposes. All the numbers are referenced here to point to political party strength of first round election, not second round election that had association with endorsement. So, for example, in 2005, the numbers are called for first round election, and it showed that the Nimbayans were running behind Joseph D.C. Koto. He was the leader at the time. And right after the first round in the 2005 election, all political parties were running behind Koto. Ellen Johnson said he got Koto. George Weah got Prince Johnson. But Unity Party won Nimba because of Koto. When Koto began to filter on his responsibility and commitment to the people, that's when they formed a new leader, political leader now, in Prince Johnson. And they stay with him Up to today, they are still with him. I wanted to make that correction. But CDC's performance in Nimba has always been a distant far from Unity Party in Nimba. Distant far. The numbers are there. When Unity Party were in 41,000, that's first round election. When they were in 41, CDC were in full. When they were in 39, CDC were in 16. That's first round results. When George Weah became president, in the incumbent sitting as president, he only added 34,000 to his vote in Nimba with everything that he did in Nimba during first round. So I was only pointing to that to show that you do not have a strength that you can easily rely on and say, okay, because Prince Johnson died now, so it's open for me to just go and win. And I was saying, stop using another person's death as a political advantage that you can speak of publicly. And not keep Hassan alone. Go in all the different chat rooms. Leaders in CBC. That's why they're posting. And it's wrong. But yes, Prince Johnson died. It's a very big gap. Jeremiah Kuhn is not Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson is not Jeremiah Kuhn. You cannot get what you got from Prince Johnson or Jeremiah Kuhn. You can't get from other Jeremiah Kuhn. He's different, completely different. But talking about his strength, 2017.
Sometimes we cannot allow Mami to give wrong story. 2005, CDC won the election. First round, you got to correct it.
Yeah, but you're not interrupting.
No, but I need a 30 seconds
to you. I promise you a 30 seconds. Let Mami.
But Stanton, he's not correcting anything.
No, he lying. He lying. I need to say that he lying. CDC won the election the first round.
But Kev, let me finish now. Kev, let me finish.
Kev, you're not the baby on this show. You're the oldest on this show.
No,
you gotta stop that. No, but you gotta wait. Let's speak
the
one
man
at
is lying.
Kev, let's speak one at a time, my man. Stop. Just wait. I beg you, my man.
Kev, yeah, the numbers. And I'm creating
look at the rubbish. The man showing us people. See that.
So I'm not creating number here, Kev. These are the numbers. In 2005, like I said before, the opposition, Kenneth George Weah and Ellen Johnson were going for second round. So under no condition, somebody could be running behind George Weah. I'm saying who were the political parties running behind? It was Joseph Koto, who came next to Weah in Nimba. That's the man they were running behind. He was the most popular candidate from Nimba in the race. Then you see a lie. George Weah got 32,000. Joseph Koto got 30,000. Vani Sherman got 19,000. I'm saying in the second round.
But Mame, sorry. The thing is on the National Election Commission website.
And where I took it from?
What website that we?
So Kev, I promise you, we gave you time to speak. Do not just interrupt Mame. Now, his sources, right? Where he obtained this document from is from the National Election Commission website. I'm asking everybody to go on Google, put National Election Commission, Republic of Liberia. It will come up. Then you go through the year, you will find it. So while Mame is speaking, I'm going to just screenshot that one portion and put it up. Then maybe the NEC is a rubbish. So Mame, finish up, please.
Yes, so that's the point I was making. In 2005, George Weah performed in Nimba, and the candidate that people were running after was Joseph D.Z. Koto. Prince Johnson endorsed George Weah. Joseph Koto endorsed Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and they went into the race in Nimba. Joseph Koto was the kingmaker in Nimba. That pulled United Party were not among the first five in Nimba in 2005. It came from George Weah, Koto, Vani Sherman, and Ellen Johnson had only 7,000. Only 7 in the first round. When Joseph Koto went behind Ellen and the rally, that's how Ellen was able to pull vote from all across and to be able to win the election. The point we're making there is you do not have historical strength in the county. In first round, also our Prince Johnson, United Party has been the second choice for people in Nimba, and the record showed that right after 2005. And why did they do that? They did that because the people in Nimba are ambitious. They, like any other Liberian, they were pushing for development, and Ellen delivered some for them. That's how they started to gravitate to the Unity Party. In the Prince Johnson and Jeremiah Kuhn thing, no way you can argue. Kuhn will never argue that he did not benefit from the good grades of Jeremiah. Jeremiah will never argue that he never benefited from the good grades of Prince Johnson. It's clear. All the other candidates, they benefited from the good grades of Prince Johnson, but it was an agenda. That agenda, they know it best. Anybody who can convince the people of Nimba that this agenda is something I can push and it's around development, it's around Nimba first. Some can say in America first, it's about Nimba. If you can convince them, whether it is me or any other person, Nimba will rally behind you. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay. Kev, go now. One listen to the rebuttal. But stand up before Kev coming. Here's what I'll say. Kev, listen to me. Yeah, listen to me. I think, look, the source of the information is good. If I were you, if I was suggesting my argument against Mami would be the interpretation of that number. I would challenge the interpretation, but not the number itself.
You can't conflict, ladies and gentlemen.
I would challenge the interpretation of the number because guess what?
Spencer want to run away. He want to shield Mami's life.
No way, Kev. We give you 30 minutes. Kev, we give you a 30 second. I just want to go to Ketema. We give you a 30 second. Ketema. On the flyer, they say host and co-host. The only flyer, this flyer, let me show you, right? And I want to say all Liberians watching us today. We're so happy to have Mame. Clinton said he will be joining us too. Now we get Vanisaki. Kev Hassan is here. When everybody finish closing, it's time to go home. Kev Hassan, come back next week. Yeah.
No, but send out unfair. Send out, don't treat the man like that. I beg you. Send out.
Remember, thank you very much for coming. Have a good day. I want to say, Mame, as always, man, thank you for coming. Have a good evening, sir. All right. So wait, thank you, Mame. Wait, after that, they just start bringing Kev on. After that, everybody finish closing.
I'm here.
I'm the host. You the co-host. Everybody finish closing. Kev cannot come back again and say anything. He should save his time for next week. Yeah.
The big right now. Can we should get he wish he can go to the CBD, Papa. You don't greet you or shake your head. I see the what do. Joe, I think okay what to do.
Let's go. No problem. Yeah. We finish closing the show. We are agreed to give Abdullah Mohammed the last word. Now Kev want to come and waste our time, brother. It's 11:08 in the country. My brother Abdullah Ketemba, I want to say thank you very much for a great show. To my brother Kev, everybody here, Kev Ahmed Hassan, thank you very much. Kev Abdullah Mohammed, thank you. Ambula Mohammed, thank you very much. Vanisaki. And to our guest panelists, Representative Nathan Bia, we always want to say thank you. To those that call in, Senator Bill Twehway, thank you very much, Senator Yang Twang, we say thank you. And those are the folks that were wishing to call in but couldn't make it because of the network issue. We want to say to all of our followers on this great Sunday, may God bless you, may God keep you, may God save the state. Again, in everything we do, think Liberia, love Liberia. Together we can build a beautiful Liberia. You disagree, I disagree. We will bring it up and we will have a common dialogue that will help our country grow. This week is a big week for us. The House of Representatives, the continuation of the Prince Johnson death, that story, a lot of new stuff unfolding. I mean, if you join us every day, you share this program, man, hundreds of thousands listen to this one network. Only you have the deciding vote. Only you feeling the pain. Only you know how you're going to bed tonight. Only you know how you're eating. Where do you even get food to eat? Only you know. I'll tell you this. You see us, everybody on the show, they get access. So we are in America. Other people can come and leave the country. But what about you that is in Liberia? What's the pinch? Have you eaten tonight before going to bed? Will you eat tomorrow? Do you have money for your children's school fee? What about you? You sick, you get headache, you get sugar problem, you get blood pressure problem. Can you go to the hospital and buy medication? Is the hospital accessible? Can you do your lab work, your blood work? Can they check your eye, your nose, your ear, your teeth, your mouth? If you say you get headache, are you taking the real paracetamol? But what's the problem here? Hey, my fellow Liberians, I want to say this is about you. Joseph Boakai can leave that country and travel to America. Joey can spend 48 days out of the country. Jeremiah can leave that country. Listen, I'm telling you, can you make it? Can you survive? One day, do you have farina to eat? Do you have plenty? Are your children going to bed hungry? And you're just looking up, you say, hey, God, when will my breakthrough come? God, we are going to 2025. My son are in school. I got no hope. Can you imagine? Tomorrow you got no hope. You don't know where the first $10 will come from. I said to you today, we can do but so much. And sometimes we want to cry because it's not easy. Mothers cannot afford for the children. Children are calling on the papa, the mama, and nothing to eat. Not even clean drinking water. Our country is hard. Our country is tough. It's not easy. The first day of December, we are marching towards Christmas. You have gone out there, you beg for security job just for $40 US. You have gone out there to you begging to sell something, the pepper color, like lapa bido, you begging, you selling the rest, you selling the shiko, no buyer. You can't go anywhere because Liberia is all you have. You got 2 children, 3 children, they're not in school. You not bust all the pakan and gravy and pan cabbage gravy and everything, you can't make it. But don't give up, man. Don't never give up, though. It shall be well. It shall be well. So I want to say this to you. We are blessed with over 1,000 barrack arrests. Starting this week, we're going to put that information out. All you need to do, once we open the line, Ellen L. Johnson, it's good to see you, man. You just call in. And from the second week moving forward, we'll be giving rest. And we hope it just reach you. We hope it helps. That's the little we can do. We just hope it helps you. It gets you somewhere. Listen. I hope you be blessed, man. It's not easy. It would never be easy. But let God bless you. Let God keep you. And let God bless our country, Liberia. Have a good night. Yekesi, thank you. Have a good night, Yekesi. I appreciate you tonight. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sia.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, so that's it. That's all the time we have to be here on this edition of The One-on-One with the CEO. Is 40 minutes on the flip side of 11 o'clock. Join the CEO and his team of panelists on tomorrow for the Spoon Talk show. On behalf of the entire production team here at Spoon Network, my name is Yekezi Zubel. I produced this edition of the 101 with the CEO. Have yourselves a God-blessed night and a God-blessed evening for those of you in the US and other parts of the world. Bye-bye.
oh.